it's all back together. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. Drop my pen. Hang on. I got it. Welcome in, everybody. Get your heads right. It is a Monday morning, and back fresh from Texas. I feel great, so don't worry about. Oh, guess who didn't mute his thing?
Dropped his pen. Didn't mute his microphone.
Oh, you just did it. All right. Sorry. Had a little bit out of practice. I never do it anyway. Paulie usually does it for me. It's fine. Very busy. Yeah, business.
It is my fault.
Business as usual in here. I was distracted, obviously, with more cream pie talk in here. Right before the show started, I looked down at the rundown and said National Banana Cream Pie Day, and I said that's. I thought it was 2 words. I guess not, Paulie.
I think it's 2 words.
I think it is 2 words.
Really?
They've had a typo there.
And Paulie,
I've always seen it as 1 word.
I think that's the distinction between them. So obviously, I was distracted when I looked down this morning and I saw that.
All right, I didn't know how closely you looked at the rundown. I was just testing you.
So now you know. I do love a good banana cream pie. I had such good food in Texas. We can talk about it. I know Ben's very interested in every meal that I ate. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindel's our executive producer. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor and elite foreplay producer on Friday. I was crying laughing. I was in the airport with my children, and I said, let me see what my old pals Ben and Paul are up to. I'm going to give them a little air check during foreplay. I'm dying. I was crying laughing. I was like, these guys don't need me. This is phenomenal. It's one of the best foreplays I've heard. It's better than anyone I've done in 6 months.
My female colleagues at Channel 10 enjoyed going back and listening on Friday evening when I told them, I said, you are now the D's Nuts ladies of San Diego.
They
so
crushed
thank you for that,
it.
Tolly, and thank you for that, Ava.
Room 40. Do you want to come to room 40 with us? What is room 40?
I'm like, my man's in for one hell of a night.
Yes. Where is it? I'll be there.
How hard is it to get on the list at room 40? Jesus.
I've never even heard of it. I'm older. I don't go out much, but if this is some hot new.
I was like, oh, wait, no. I think I saw something on Instagram about it. Yeah, room 40. It looks awesome.
Room for these nuts. Room for these nuts. Bo, Taylor, me, we were crying laughing. I go, this is incredible. This is an incredible. Why didn't he bring this when I was there? I guess it happened the night before.
It happened the night before. That's what I had for you that morning.
I was dying. I thought it was so good. So engaging and captivating, and I thought you did a great job.
Thank you.
Just a great job. But we had such a nice trip. Me and the boys got away for the weekend to go celebrate my nanny, my Southern for grandmother, her 90th birthday. And traveling with 2 dudes, 8 and 5. It's not going to say it wasn't challenging, but they made it so easy, man. They really did. They were really good boys, really, really good boys. My nanny was so surprised to see us at the barbecue joint. Brisket Love, by the way, is the name of the place.
Brisket Love.
Dude, I'm telling you, Benny. Surprised her there. She was overwhelmed. It was very sweet. We sit down to dinner, and Taylor, my 5-year-old, says to her, he says, Nanny, you're going to live to be 100. And my nanny goes, oh, I hope not. I'm ready to meet Jesus. And my kids' faces were like they went white. They went white. They did. They went white, and they're like, and how do you respond to that? Like, oh, okay.
Good luck with that.
Well, good luck, Nanny. We love you. It was so. I looked right over it. Bo was like,
I don't
Taylor
know
was like, huh?
How would a 5-year-old react if they'd been like going to Sunday school every week? And I don't know that Taylor has, but like even
he
then,
hasn't. Yes, you do know. He has not.
I did know. But like, even if he had been and he knew like all about Jesus and like what happens after Nanny passes away, you know, stuff like that, I still think he wouldn't have an answer for her there.
It was incredible.
Like, was he just like, what are you talking
he literally
about?
was like, you could see him
Who
go.
is that?
You could see him go like, well, he's really sweet. He goes to preschool, and they do prayers, and he's really sweet with it. And so he kind of gets it, but that like, hey, you look great. You're going to live for a while. I sure hope not. I really hope not. I hope that it's over soon. So it was a bit shocking, to say the least. We did the...
Dominic says, LOL, Nanny is over it.
She's over it. She's over 90 years, man. 90 years, dude. I'm telling you. Yeah, I get it. 100%, man. She is an amazing woman. And I posted a picture, and somebody had asked me, they go, dude, there's no way she's 90. She looks 65 max. And I said, well, it's pretty easy to look that way when you put absolutely zero foreign substances in your body your entire life, and you carry zero hate for anyone ever. And I said, that's why she looks the way she does. And it was wonderful, man. Got to see my folks. We had such a good time. And for me, I had it was better than an orgy. Because my dad lugged out all his old baseball cards and said, here, just go through them, pick what you want. I'm going to get rid of the rest. It
was like going to the card store, except everything was free.
Just take whatever you want.
Take whatever you want and then leave. And so I'm like, you're okay. And so he lugs it because he wants to get rid of these. He's lugged these things around for 40 years, man. It's like, let's get rid of these, donate some, whatever. So I'm going through box after box. I'm pulling cards. It was a blast. Now, if you're listening right now and you've got like an old collection, right? And you're like, man, I should do something with my cards. Number one, give them to me. Number two, you're gonna be surprised when you start looking at some of the cards you laid out 40 years ago, and you go, I'm going to be a millionaire, but this guy is never gonna miss. Most of them missed. And my dad and me too, I guess to some extent, he couldn't wrap his head around. Like, he's like, what about, like, hey, Frank Viola was really good. He won a World Series. I'm like, Dad, you couldn't get a nickel for a Frank Viola card right now. Seriously, like, it just didn't. Kevin Mitchell, he was awesome. Like, Dad, yes, it was great. Very few of these old guys moved the needle. Plus, it was in the era, they call it the junk wax era, where Donruss, Topps, Fleer, they're like, let's put out 7 billion wax boxes for people. So everybody bought them. They were cheap to buy. You could rip them all day. That's what we did. And they saved them all. But you pull the choice gems out of it. And so it was really
fun.
There's
not a ton of scarcity.
That's right.
There's those cards because there were so many out there.
So many produced. So did the cards. What else? Let's see. So I'm scrolling through and I go, Dad, what is this? And I pull out this big, thick stack of Pinnacle cards, and they are all the very same Christy Brinkley card. Christy Brinkley went to Pinnacle. My mom worked at Pinnacle at the time. Christy Brinkley went in to...
What team did she play for?
Exactly. Oh. Christy Brinkley went in to do... they paid her like $1 million or something, and they made a card out of her. And I'm laughing because my dad has 1,000 of them. And I'm like, Dad, why'd you save all these? Because I have no idea. I don't remember these. I'm like, sure. So I grab the stack of cards and I put it on Twitter. And I'm joking, like, hey, if anybody needs any Christy Brinkley cards, I got you. Low price. Well, then I start looking around online. Guy's selling for like $150, even more. Yeah. I've got 1,000 of these things.
You actually found a gold mine.
I actually found maybe a little honey hole there. So
I looked it up. She did a shoot with Pinnacle in 1996 with like the Cleveland Guardians.
Had no idea.
Randomly enough. And there's like a whole set. There's like 17 card set. And it's all these old, Cleveland Indians at the time. Or is it the Braves? I can't tell. I think it might be the Braves. And she it's a regular player's card. And then on the back, it's her posing with him.
No, that's Albert Bell. Yeah, there's Braves and Indians in there, I think.
Both.
Yeah. So she did. So on the back is her. So all I have is her card.
Yeah. All the Native American.
Yes,
teams.
All the Native American team.
I was like, wait, I swear to God, I saw a Guardians player.
So I have them, and I've got 1,000 of them. So I'm talking to Paul yesterday. I go, I'm going to throw one on eBay. So I did. I listed my first card on eBay yesterday. It was that one. And, I'll see what I get for it. But, I mean, there was one guy selling it. He's ultra rare, $379. I'm like, ultra rare? I'm sitting on 1,000 of these cards, literally. So I'll sell them all to you for, let's call it $10,000, and we'll walk away. I control the Christy Brinkley card market, though, right now. So I just put out one at a time. Maybe every few months, put out another rarity. So
you're like one of those Wall Street execs at the top floor who controls the entire market of something.
I'm the puppet master of
Cobalt, Steel. You've got Christy Brinkley.
I got Christy Brinkley. Yeah. Blue Horseshoe loves Anacott Steel. I control the entire
What's
market.
she reading in that card? She's got a book.
I don't know what the book is.
I don't know if she's reading it.
I wasn't looking at the book.
She's actually got a book instead of a top. She's holding the book.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have a top on.
God, she's so beautiful, man. So beautiful. Just the dream, right? Back then. So anyway, that was fun. Then we leave yesterday. Now, this is interesting because we got the hour and a half drive to my folks' house, or from my folks' house to the airport. You got to drop the rental car off. You got to get on the rental car bus. You got to go to the terminal. So we get to security yesterday, and I'm traveling with two young boys. And if you have young children, they don't have an ID, right? So you step up to the security thing, and the guy says, he looks at the boarding pass, and he goes, okay, which one of you is Lauren? So my son is Lauren Bowe. He steps up. I'm Lauren. Says, okay. And it looks at Taylor, and he goes, what's your name? Taylor panics. Taylor goes, Parker, which is his middle name. And I go, no. And he goes, wait. He goes, I don't have a Parker here. I go, tell him your name. Which is just what a kidnapper would say to two kids that he's kidnapped, right? Taylor panics. Just full on just S's his pants, dude. He goes, Parker. And I go, no, it's not Parker. It's Taylor Parker. And he goes, he said Lauren.
Name,
He goes, he said Lauren. And I go, that's his first name. Your first name is Taylor. Use your first name, dude. And the guy's looking at me, and I'm like, oh, my God, dude. I'm like, I'm not human trafficking. I'd not kidnap these kids. They are my kids. You want to talk about creating a problem where there didn't need to be one. So I'm like, look,
tell them your real name, or you're going to be in so much trouble.
Tell them your name. It's Parker. It's not. It's never been. We don't call you Parker Woods. We call you Taylor Woods or Taylor Parker. So the guy looked at me, was like, he laughed. He's like, all right, go ahead, guys. And I'm like, I go, hey, your name. He goes, well, he said Lauren.
What are you doing?
I go, but that's his first name. He goes by his middle name. You don't. Oh my God. So they were phenomenal. They were such good kids, so well behaved. I got texts from every family member that said, man, those are good boys. They were so well behaved. I love that feeling, man. It was great. I was so proud of them, dude. And now it makes me want to go take them other places, and they just behaved themselves so well. It was a remarkable trip. It was so fun. I'm so glad we went. I'm exhausted. It was a long week with spring training and that, but so worth it. And then, of course, you get to Texas, dude, and the food. I mean, the food, it's just the stuff that you can't get here. And it really is barbecue and chicken fried steak. Have you ever had chicken fried steak?
I've had chicken fried steak.
Do you
I don't
like
know that
it?
I've had really good Texas chicken fried steak.
Benny, I just meant to eat half of this thing. I meant to eat half because I said, this is absurd. Just get a sense of it and move on. There wasn't a morsel. There wasn't a piece of deep fried batter left on my. I ate the whole thing and the mashed potatoes and the Texas
with
toast.
gravy on top.
The only thing I can eat gravy on is that. And it was so good. The barbecue was so good. And I'm like, I have to go on a fast. I have to fast and do like a colonic or something today because I just ate like a pig for the last week because we didn't eat great in spring training either. So I'm a mess physically, but mentally I feel pretty good. It was nice to get that stuff.
Did you get your stop at Buc-ee's?
Yeah, we stopped at Buc-ee's. Kids were not into it this time at all.
Buc-ee's, the truck stop in Texas that I've never been to, but supposedly the Disneyland of truck stops.
Think about Target. Think about walking into a gas station the size of Target. And my kids were not into it. They just wanted to get to Gabby and Pops' house. And I made them stop because I wanted a sandwich. So they have really good barbecue sandwiches there. Really, really good. So crush one of those. Yeah, it was a blast, man. But when you fly back in yesterday, you're like, oh, I'm so glad to be home. We haven't been home. I've only been home one day in the last week. We were in spring training and then Texas for a few days. It was good to sleep in my own bed. Good to see the missus. She was sitting outside waiting for us. So it was nice to be home, back in beautiful, perfect San Diego when we landed.
Speaking of colonic, I might as well just come out and say it. Got my Cologuard results back yesterday, and they came back abnormal. So I assume the next step is to talk to my primary care about actually getting the colonoscopy to check it out. I'm not going to panic yet. They say don't panic. It's not
I'm panicking.
It's not like 100% effective test.
You telling me not to panic is making
me. Yeah, you telling me not to panic and then having like a weird level on one of my my doo-doos is not great.
Right. I mean, 2 years ago it was fine. So, hopefully if there's anything, it's catch it early, or maybe it was just a false positive. So, but I'm going to have to go to the next step. I think it's some point here soon.
I've done it, as you know.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to your reports the night before. This is the worst night of your life.
Not looking forward to it, but I am committed.
Don't
like
go
you
to
were
sleep,
to
wear a diaper if you go to sleep. It's horrible.
I'm committed like you were. Like, this is a good thing to talk openly about.
It is.
Everyone should get tested.
Yes.
Especially our age.
Men.
50, late
Gotta
40s
do it.
even now. It's important to go get tested because, well, better to catch things earlier than later.
You will you don't even know you're under, right? And then you come out of it and they give you lots after you get the procedure. The night before is terrible. They have to clean your entire body out. And I'm pretty sure veins come out. Like, I think that things come out of your body that aren't supposed to come out. That's how much this stuff cleans you out. It's like rocket fuel. It just boom. And you're like, I've lost 14 pounds from last night. Had the worst night's sleep in my life. But then you go and you get the procedure. And then you wake up and they give you lots of juice. And then Hannah got me a Jersey Mike sandwich that to this day remains the best Jersey Mikes I've ever had. And then I went home and I took the best nap of my life. It's actually not a terrible day when you actually have to go get the procedure.
Will I have to miss a show? Did you miss a show?
I did.
Do it?
I did. Yeah, I was did my procedure on a Friday. And so, yeah, you will miss a show for sure. We got your back. No problem. And you can wear the meta glasses when you go in there.
Perfect.
And do it. You can wear the meta glasses the night before.
That's why we got them.
As long as my doctor's not the one wearing the meta glasses, I guess that's okay.
He's like, all right, chat, we got a standard colonoscopy here.
One thing I will ask of you, and I wish I had known to do it. I just need you to log your trips to the bathroom. I'm guessing I'll take the over 40. It's unbelievable. You're like, I cannot believe this is happening. It's like 40 times to the bathroom. So we'll make you a little thing. And all you have to do is like you're in prison and hashing your days,
tally marks.
And then through the 5, it'll be over 40 times, but you need to do it. Everybody needs to do it, man. If you're listening and you think it can't happen to you, it absolutely can. It's treatable if they catch it early. And in this case, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that it came back a little abnormal. And again, it could be a false positive, but better to go get it checked out. Take that next step.
Did have a couple of weird moments on Saturday this week. Went and played a fun round of golf with my brother at La Costa, kind of a one-day shotgun round of golf, and we went out to our tee box, 12th tee, and there were 2 groups waiting. We were the first one, and then there were some other guys who were going to tee off after us. And I hit my shot. I'm wearing, my normal golf shirt, shorts, and he says, he kind of just looks and starts commenting. He goes, if I ever go down in a plane like in Alaska, and there's it doesn't look good, I want that guy with me because
your calves.
I could eat those calves. I mean, I could stay alive for weeks on those calves, which was both a compliment and somewhat of a weird comment.
Yeah, for somebody that is a total stranger.
Yeah, the guy hadn't said a word, and we were about to leave, and he just had to throw that in before I left.
Yeah, I mean, it's a compliment inherently, but you could freeze that and eat off of it for a week, right? Like a big old turkey leg, easily. So it is a compliment to be sure, but it's an odd one.
And then I got back to my car after the round at like 3:30, and I start the car, and the thing goes, and there's a nail in my tire. I've got a flat.
You are kidding me.
And I had started just driving a little bit, so
I'm sure you pulled right over, jacked it up.
I was only a couple miles away from the dealership where I usually take my car. So I thought maybe I can get in before they close. And so I turn the hazards on. I kind of drive slowly through North County to get to the dealership. And I pull in, and they are still open. And I just want to shout out Brian because he was the service advisor that got assigned to me at 3:54 p.m.
For a 4 p.m. close?
For a 4 p.m. close. When he is he is already working on a Saturday, like the one Saturday a month that he's got to come in. So I sit down with him, and I'm already feeling bad. And he's got these digital pictures, I believe, of his son. He's wearing like a Padres jersey, baseball player, clearly number 51. I can say, okay, he's definitely a fan. I go, is that your son? And he goes, yeah. Yeah, he's got a game at 4:00 in San Marcos that I want to get to. And I'm just thinking, oh, God, you wanted to get out of here like instantly, like the second 4:00 ticked. And I have pulled in and ruined your day. So I want to, and he did not say one word, like was not frustrated. He was professional.
No, he was
very
frustrated.
efficient. He was frustrated.
He was very frustrated.
He was very frustrated.
He was
So
raging. He hates you.
Want to shout out to my service advisor, Brian, who treated me like an absolute pro. And hopefully got to his son's game in San Marcos by the third inning.
Brian,
because I am very sorry
I apologize on behalf of Ben.
We both do. Our show does. If there's anything we can do for Brian, let him know. I mean, this is one where it's like, hey, I know Trevor Hoffman. Mm-hmm. I'll get him down here to the deal or something.
I was almost thinking, like, could I get Trevor on the phone just quickly just to thank Brian here? Because that
Hoffy, if you're listening, that could be. I got a baseball card for him. If you want it. Where is it? Is it close to your house?
The dealership? Yeah, it's up in Carlsbad.
Oh, okay. Maybe you can bring him this cool Trevor.
I got to go back at some point to get my car.
Yeah,
because I got a loaner now.
You need
great to hook me up with. He goes right there. Here's the keys. Go.
I think a night in the Odyssey Suite on you, I think would be great for him and his son. That you don't get those innings back, dude.
I know. I didn't know that. I felt really bad, but
Brian,
he took care of me. Thank you, Brian.
Did he know who you were?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Or he didn't say if he did. He just treated me like
he's trying to get you the hell out of there. I assume
he does every customer well, but he did try to get it. Which is the best thing for me, too.
100%.
I've never been to a dealership in and out in 7 minutes.
That's incredible.
With a loaner car and said,
what time did you get out of there?
We'll fix it on Monday. Like 4:06.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So he did get up there.
He still got up there. Hopefully just a couple minutes later. I wanted to
thank you, Brian.
I wanted to give him a shout out this morning because that was awesome. I'll have my car this morning, take a look at it, hopefully get it fixed, and I can go pick it up later.
Good. Let's get cranking.
All right, let's get going. We have a lot to get to. Obviously, Padres news from over the weekend, but also last night's SDFC 2-0 win over St. Louis City. Paulie was actually at the game. He can give us a first-hand update of win number 2 on the MLS season for San Diego FC last night. So we'll get to all of that. We'll set the menu for the Monday edition of Ben and Woods. Tier 1's glad to have you with us going until 10 o'clock here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 0000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Love when our first spot of the week is 7 Mile Casino because it's Monday morning. It's 6:24 a.m. And I always like the thought that if someone's getting off work right now, because everyone has weird shifts nowadays, you could go to a 24/7 place like 7 Mile, play some cards, have a meal, just relax a little bit. It's open for you at any time during the day. It's a great place to go whenever you feel like playing some cards.
Yeah, buddy, open 24/7, 7 days a week. Doesn't matter when you want to go to 7 Mile Casino. You can sit down, play some California-style blackjack, some Texas Hold'em, some Pai Gow, some Baccarat. Get some delicious food while you're there, whether it be breakfast, lunch, dinner. They got a 24/7 players menu as well. You get a discount if you're eating at the table. They really take care of you there.
They absolutely do. And great spot because you get some views out there in the patio, which are gorgeous, and you don't have to drive 45 minutes, an hour to the East County through a parking garage to the back of a casino, smoke, slot machines, none of that. 7 Mile Casino. Check it out today. It's just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just
don't.
a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Did you think it was an Adam Klug tweet yesterday that was all excited, hot and bothered that we'd reached the month of March?
It had to be.
97.3 The Fan tweeted, "This is the month that has games that count in Major League Baseball."
Yeah.
Now, not until the 26th of this month. We're on the 2nd of this month, so we still have some time. A lot of spring training left. We got a whole World Baseball Classic to get through as well.
When does that start? Wednesday?
WBC games start, I believe, on Thursday. At least here. I think there might be a game in
a couple
Japan
Thursday, a
on
couple Friday.
Wednesday. But yeah,
Can't wait.
got games Thursday, Friday, all weekend pool play, and then they'll advance late next week, I believe, to the semifinals after they determine all the pool play winners. But we did see Padres get on planes and various destinations for different teams. Team USA for Mason Miller, obviously Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., Wandy Peralta, all heading off to play for the Dominican Republic. Ron Marinaccio and Alec Jacob going to pitch for Team Italy, I believe. You have Xander Bogaerts heading off to Team Netherlands.
Yeah, he left a day after everyone else.
Yeah, he left a little later than everybody else. But that gives some opportunities, and we'll talk about some Padres baseball coming up here in just a few minutes. Opportunities for other guys to get more playing time and determine maybe some bench spots and different roles, and give Craig Stammen an chance to look at other players. So we'll talk some Padres baseball coming up. In our 7 o'clock hour, we can discuss another tough loss for the Aztecs on Saturday. That's now 3 of 4, and really kind of putting it pretty clear what the mission is. It's going to be to win the Mountain West tournament if they want to get into the NCAA tournament. That's next week. This week they've got 2 more regular season games. We can talk a little college basketball. Craig Elston will join us at 7:35 to talk Padres and SDFC, as he does each and every week from the Padres Hot Tub Podcast. And then second hour of the show, we'll have more baseball talk. We'll have a Rondell Report, our biggest fan contest as well. So that's all what's on the menu for the show today. But let's start with SDFC since the game was last night. Watched the whole thing.
Yep.
But Paulie got to go. This was kind of last minute, Paulie. We talked about how we're all going as a show next month or like in April for a great game down in one of the pitch boxes. But what was your story of just kind of last minute ending up at the SDFC game last night?
I had a buddy on Friday, friend Devlin texted me and he goes, "Hey, I got a client. He's got season tickets. He usually gives them to me when he can't go. I can't make it on Sunday. You want to go?" I said, "Hell yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes,
so,
I do.
First SDFC match, first event at Snapdragon, honestly.
Wow. Me. Yeah.
Hadn't been anything else. And so loved it. Absolutely loved it. Had a great time, great experience. Everything was fun. It was fun to walk in. The vibes around the stadium before we walked in were outstanding. Everybody grilling, Sunday afternoon, tailgating. It was a blast.
I was so pleased that it was a 6:30 start, because all day in my mind I had said this game's starting at 7:30, but we were laying in bed with the kids, and all of a sudden I hear both kids scream, and I go, I'm in the kitchen, and I go, "What?" And they're like, "Dreyer just scored." I'm like, "The game's on?" I'm like, "I thought we had an hour." I was ready to put them down, enjoy the game by myself. I missed the first goal entirely.
It happened fast.
It was really
just
quick.
over 2 minutes, I think, into the match.
Yeah,
that they scored. Anders Dreyer, his first of the season. Everyone else had scored. He had a bunch of assists, but he got his already.
Young.
It is very young.
He's so good. God, he is so good. They all are.
We had pretty decent seats yesterday, but sitting there watching these guys run like through midfield or whatever, they run so fast that when they kick it up a notch, like you can see when when they're making a move on the ball or whatever, and like they just kick it up another gear, and you're like,
they commented on that on the Apple TV broadcast.
Did they?
How SDFC can just be patient, and then when they go, it's just like boom, they kick it up like 5 notches, and all of a sudden they're just on top of you and running down the field so fast.
Anders, Bombino, and Yepe, like in particular, I remember they just had these bursts where you're like, good God, they just went pedal to the metal.
We're going in April to see the game from down close, and I'm really excited to do that. Benny and I watched it from the press box, which was still a really good view, and
I don't know that there's a lot of bad views in that stadium.
Yeah, it's really cool, and again, for such a novice about soccer, it is it's a rarity when the whole family is like, the game's on, like, let's watch it. They're both into it. My wife fell asleep, but she was tired. But she'll watch it. She loves it too. But to watch and listen to the broadcast and how they talk about SDFC, you'll start to learn a little bit. And the thing what they said early on in the game, they go, "Look at the confidence in which this team plays with." And I go, "Okay, I'm going to do that, Mr. Announcer. I'm going to watch the confidence in which they play with." And it becomes evident. They are in control of the match. They know what they're doing. Bo and I were remarking, every time it looks like, oh no, they're cut off, there's a guy, an outlet, for some little touch pass or some little heel kick. It's just, they're always in the right spot, it seems.
They're like the older brother who's a bully to the younger brother.
Kind of, yeah.
They keep drawing him like, this time you're going to get the soccer ball from us. Come on. No, this time you're going to get it from us. And then at the last second, they make 2 quick passes and they're just gone again. It's like,
even if they do get it, they're like, we'll get it right back.
We'll get it right back. Yeah.
Well, and they talk about the embarrassment of riches in the goalie room right now, right? The kid last night, another clean sheet.
Duran Ferry started his second straight game. I was a little surprised after Pablo Cisniega was off his red card suspension, had gotten a contract extension earlier in the week, and I thought, well, they're definitely going to go back to him, but they didn't. Ferry started again, and that's 2 straight clean sheets for the 19-year-old. He's looked very solid, very confident, just like everybody on that back line. Manu Dua They talked
He's
a lot about him on the
stud,
broadcast.
man.
He had a couple of moments. Guy was the top draft pick last year and has advanced so much in just a short amount of time. But he looks like a superstar in the making back there.
No doubt.
And Dryers, I mean, both goals. He scored one, he assisted on the other, but they were both on great plays by him. The one-touch goal, just take it right out of the air and pop it into the corner. And then the great setup to Ingvartsen in the second half, which, by the way, the Apple TV had gone out at my house. Did it go out at yours during the goal?
I saw the goal. Unless I saw it on a replay. I saw the goal.
They showed it on the replay, but it went out for like 3 minutes. And then when it came back, they were celebrating the goal. And it was like 2-0. We just missed a goal.
Dang.
Thanks a lot, Apple TV. They showed it a million times on replay, how he faked like he got past like 5 guys and then looked like he was going to blast a shot and instead just laid it off to Ingvartsen, and they were completely fooled. It was such a great play by Anders Dreyer last night.
So fun. So fun to watch that team. Yeah, I think we had it on FS1. My kids, the reminder popped up on FS1. I didn't even realize we weren't on Apple TV. So we did see it on FS1. That's exactly right. It's electric, man. It's such a fun team to root for. And who would have thunk it, man? I was texting with our buddy Foster last night, and we were texting about the game. He's like, "Hey, you ever think we'd be texting about soccer?" I go, "No, I didn't." He goes, "Yeah, it was me for years, just texting you, sitting in the." He would text me about soccer, and I don't care. Quit texting me about soccer. Now I'm all in.
I will say one slight disappointment when Anders scored the first goal.
Oh, yeah.
The fireworks didn't go off.
Our guy. We've been promoting this guy.
I was like, okay, it's not a goal. I mean, he must have seen it was offside or something. I kept saying to my son, they're going to take this back. And he says they're celebrating. You'd think the guys know it's a goal. I go, it's not a goal.
It's not a goal. Our guy missed his cue.
The pyrotechnics. So obviously it's not a goal because they didn't shoot off the fireworks instantaneously. And I'm going, so you're going to find out. There was an offsides or something that's going to call this back because he didn't shoot off the fireworks.
I thought the same thing.
The Ben and Woods curse lives on, apparently, because we spent all last week lauding this guy and his quick trigger finger.
The second goal was perfect. Yep. Instantly, the fireworks went off. And I go, okay, maybe he was just on a coffee break or something.
So, a coffee break. He's like, no.
I got here 5 minutes late. He already scored once.
90 seconds into the match.
Ben and Woods' curse is strong this year. Yeah, you're right, Purple. All right, the Dodgers are definitely winning the World Series then, for sure. They're going to roll. They're going to run with it.
Three-peat.
No,
I was sitting yesterday, probably like the equivalent of like the 35, 40-yard line. So the first goal was on the other side of the field, and literally like thought the same thing. There was a split second, and it felt like the people around us too. We all kind of like braced to celebrate, but nobody immediately celebrated. The fireworks didn't go off. You're like, oh, we must have missed a whistle. There was definitely a whistle, and then we're like, oh nope, that's a goal.
Here we go. Captain Crackup. I guess if this could be right. My girlfriend works at Snapchat, and they weren't allowed to shoot off pyro due to the humidity. Maybe early in the game.
Then it got drier in the game. That's a thing.
Anders Dreyer. It was great. It's just such a fun team, man. So yeah, 2-0 right now in the young season. I thought this morning I should have started it off with a guttural yell for our SDFC.
Got to start doing that.
Yeah, 100%. They were great.
They just dominated. I mean, most of the game when I looked up at the board, they were in the 63, 64, 65% of control of possession. I mean, they just had control the entire time. They had
Free made some good saves, though. He made some good saves early. Sure. They missed an opportunity. St. Louis missed an opportunity.
We missed a couple. We had so many other more opportunities.
Should have been 6-1.
You're surprised it wasn't. 100%.
Yep.
So through 2 MLS matches, 7-0 on the goal differential.
Not too shabby.
But I don't think either of those teams are considered the creme de la creme of MLS soccer. Now they have to go on the road. Next Saturday is their first MLS road game of the season at Sporting KC. So that'll up the ante a little bit. You're just trying to get a result on the road. I'm sure we'll talk more about it. Craig Elston will join us coming up on our SDCCU fan hotline. SDCCU, it's not big bank banking, it's better, at 7:35 this morning. But let's check traffic, and then we can get into the weekend that was, including another move by A.J. Preller. Not a huge one, but one nonetheless. We'll get to that next year with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Hamul Casino. Lots of good news on our roads at this time. We're not showing any incidents, no accidents, no surprises. But that last part, meaning you're going to still see some of the usual slowing in the usual spots. But fortunately, nothing getting in your way out there. Hey, player, the all-new Hamul Casino Resort is all for you. Enjoy a super luxe hotel experience, a super secret speakeasy, an indulgent spa, and an epic rooftop pool. Book your experience at HumulCasino.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. It's Ben and Woods on a Monday, and welcome to the San Diego Padres. Another ex-Dodger, Alex Verdugo, outfielder, signed a minor league contract over the weekend and will show up, I would assume, today to Padres spring training if he's not already there, and join the mix. Joining the mix.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because they're losing so many players to the WBC, they need some bodies for spring training games. I'm just speculating here.
There's plenty of bodies out there. I saw it with my own eyes. There's a million bodies running around out there. You can't get somebody to go play left field every now and then.
Apparently, AJ Preller has been for years somewhat intrigued by Alex Verdugo's skill set.
It's a minor league contract, right?
It is.
Totally.
What's that even look like?
I have
You
no
get paid
idea.
nothing unless you make the team, which
like
I can't
literally, like
see.
he's coming out here on his own dime, kind of a thing,
I mean,
or like maybe less than like.
I would imagine if he wants to go to the minor leagues for the Padres and play AAA outfield during the season and having a great year, then they can call him up at some point. He's not going to make the opening day roster.
Is he?
I was more trying to think of like the logic of like even bringing him in right now.
So he's not.
You may need a AAA outfield. I don't know what their situation is in the minor leagues.
He's going to go ride the buses again. No problem. Alex Verdugo.
He wants to keep his career going. That seems like that's his only option at this point.
Yeah, I've never been a fan. I really haven't. I've never been a fan of Alex Verdugo. Had some pretty gnarly allegations years ago when he was a member of the Dodgers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the report that I read on him yesterday was a couple of guys had commented like, hey, man, this dude could literally be in the Hall of Fame if he could just get his S together, right? Mm-hmm. He's got that much talent. We just haven't seen it. We haven't seen it at the big league level, really. And he had stints with the Yankees. They gave him a lot of looks. He had a lot of playing time with them. Over a prospect in there is Jason Dominguez. Verdugo got the lion's share of the ABs. Didn't really do well. Played in Boston, as you know. Was part of the Mookie Betts deal. Was he part of the Mookie Betts deal, wasn't he? Yeah. Which is crazy. Yeah. Imagine giving up Mookie Betts for that guy. And now he's on a minor league deal with the Padres. But, I mean, what's next? Like,
yeah,
you could go get Justin Turner.
Well, as a couple of people are pointing out in the chat, he's not even getting a major league camp invite. So he's going to the minor league side of the complex. He won't be in the clubhouse with the big leaguers. They can't call those guys up for Cactus League games if they need some bodies. So you might see him in a Cactus League game at some point. But he was like a high 700s OPS guy with the Dodgers, but that was 5-6 years ago. It feels at least.
Like, yeah.
And he hasn't Joe Kelly wants to come out of retirement.
Yeah, let's get Joe Kelly
in that bullpen.
Hey, listen, I know Clayton Kershaw hung him up. Maybe give him a 1-year deal for our 5th starter spot. You know, like these are guys I don't want on this team. We've already had to wear it a little bit, and we're going to have to. Walker Buehler may make this rotation. We're all going to have to be okay with that. So, he get outs at the big league level. He's twice removed at least.
Talked to a couple people last week at spring training.
They loved
pretty high on him.
They're high on Walker Buehler.
Yeah, no one has taken the bull by the horns in that 5th starter's role completely. We did have, 3 of the guys pitched this weekend that are battling for that spot.
Yep.
JP Sears bounced back from a bad first outing with a decent second outing on Saturday. 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run.
Yeah.
Not dominant.
No,
first 2 innings were solid. Then he gave up a run. The Padres beat the Mariners that day 7-1. Yesterday, we saw both German Marquez and Marco Gonzalez.
Marco Gonzalez has not acquitted himself very well so far.
So German Marquez pitched first, got hit all around the field in the first inning. Not hard necessarily, singles, guy, few balls fell
Found
in.
some holes.
And they ended up giving up 3 runs in the first inning. Then he came back and pitched a pretty quick, I think 1-2-3 second inning on 11 pitches. And that was it for him. Then Marco Gonzalez came in and he pitched 2 good innings, like quickly got 2. And then the third inning ran into trouble, gave up some hits and a couple of runs. So
no big deal.
I just don't think you can make any decisions yet. You haven't And then we haven't seen Walker Buehler in a Cactus League game. He pitched over the weekend in a backfield game against a Korean team that's in town. And he said, some ups and downs, some good and bad.
The velo was good.
Yeah.
He said it was better further along than they thought
last
it would
year
be.
At this time, feels like he's making progress, but progress is not necessarily big league ready to join a rotation either. So.
And guys, just remember, I mean, we still got what, 3 weeks, at least 3 weeks of camp, 3 weeks to sort it out. Again, you hate to belabor the point of they may have told German Marquez yesterday, hey, just throw your 2-seamer. Don't throw your 4. You know what I mean? Like, you just never know. We want to see this. We want to see how this reacts, et cetera.
Work this pitch, this side of the plate. That's all we're looking for.
Here's what I can tell you guys, and I think I said it last week, and I'll just repeat it because it's worth repeating. After our interview with Ruben Niebla, we chatted for a while, and he's super high on German Marquez. Like, he is really high on him and thinks if they could get his pitch mix right, the pitch mix that it doesn't really matter what your pitch mix is in Colorado. You're going to get hit around the yard. He had crap defense behind him in a hitter's park at altitude. So it doesn't spin the way it's supposed to. So Ruben is like, he looked me dead in the eye and goes, I'm telling you, this dude, he's got something left. And I go, all right, I'm taking you at your word, right? And he said, Walker, same thing.
If you want to, you can always, judge the source. But he's
Canning was the other one.
He was also honest about some of the other pitchers, and I won't say necessarily who, but he's not a guy. Ruben's not going to tell you every single guy is, this guy's a future.
Oh, he's going to be great.
He's going to be great. He's going to be great. He'll say, tap the brakes on this guy a little bit. Not quite ready yet. Maybe in the future. We're not counting on him, but when he says something, I do believe it.
He had this look in his eye when he talked about German Marquez, kind of like, I'm going to make this my mission to make sure that this dude is good. There's something there. So again, take that. Hey, don't take it from me. Take it from the pitching coach, the much lauded and heralded pitching coach of the San Diego Padres, Ruben Niebla.
But speaking of the starting pitching, I think you can make the argument that no one is having a better camp out of any of the guys on the major league side, hitters, pitchers, whatever, than Randy Vasquez. So far, he has been terrific. On Friday, 2 2/3 hitless innings. I mean, he was against the Colorado Rockies, but 4 strikeouts. He has come in shape, put in the work this offseason. The velo is up 7 to 9 miles an hour from where it was at the start of spring training last year. It's tracking near where it was in the second half of last season when he was very effective. And, I mean, I don't see any – as long as he's healthy, there's no scenario in which he's not the number 4 starter.
100%. That competition's got to be over.
Honestly, he's looking a lot closer to the top 3 guys than all the other guys in that competition. They may want to keep saying to Randy, we like what you look like when we tell you need to compete, so we're going to keep telling you, but there's no competition here. Randy Vasquez has to be a part of the starting rotation. He's looked really terrific this spring.
No doubt. And again, I'm if we go into spring training and those top 4 are healthy and they're coming out firing, I'm good. Taking my chances with that. And then we'll see what we got every 5th day, whoever makes the team. And you hope that you can hang on to a little bit of that depth just in case JP Sears doesn't work out or just in case German Marquez doesn't work out. There's a ton of off days built in the first month. So I don't think the 6-man rotation makes a lot of sense out of the chute because there's too many off days. These guys will be going on 7 days rest or 6 days rest. It doesn't really make sense.
You got too many good relievers.
And you got too many good relievers.
I mean, you did maybe one of them is no longer an option this weekend with Brian Hoeing getting shut down due to some elbow soreness.
Vaughn just brought up the name Garrett Hawkins. You mentioned who's having the best camp.
He's
unreal.
Too.
He's an unreal.
Bradley's having a great camp.
I saw him walking around and you go, yep, big leaguer. You're going to be in the big leagues this season for sure. He looks like a G.
He's a Canadian, like Nick Pivetta is.
He's intimidating. He wears those glasses. Looks mean out there. So he's been ridiculous this camp too. So bullpen looks fantastic, guys. The hitting is going to come around. Kind of the last to join the party. As always, the starters, the guys that we need to look pretty good are looking pretty good right now. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
We can talk more Padres coming up in hour number 2. Some of the offensive performers weren't as many of those over the weekend, but
Jackson Merrill, though,
a couple, including Jackson Merrill, that we can bring up. We can also talk about San Diego State, and they had a chance maybe to play their way into the NCAA tournament. This close. Just hasn't been their year, has it?
Story of the season.
We will get to all of that coming up. Hour number 2 of Ben and Woods next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Jackson Merrill with some easy power on Saturday. 2 for 2 with a 2-run home run. Xander Bogaerts also had a double and 2 RBI.
Like that?
He wrapped up his stay before heading to the World Baseball Classic. Otherwise, Padres were pretty quiet offensively, as they have been for much of the spring, where hitters have been outshined by the pitchers in Arizona to this point. But again, we're still over 3 weeks away from opening day, so you can't read too much into performances, even on either side of really the ball at this point.
I mean, at this point, get through it healthy and let the chips fall where they may here in a few weeks. That's really what you.
I mean, pick and choose what performances from spring training fit my narrative.
Always do.
That's true.
The positive ones fit our narrative. The negative ones do not.
They don't count.
I mean, you get excited for me, like, if Xander Bogaerts came out scorching and was hitting 700, I'd be like, all right, cool. Like, do it in the regular season, right? If he also came out and was 0 for 16, I don't think I'd panic much. Like, he's going to be in there, right? Like, he's in there. He's going to be in there opening day if healthy. Like, I don't worry about the guys I know are going to be regulars. The interesting storylines of spring training are the Bradley Rodriguez's. It's the Garrett Hawkins. Those are the guys where I'm like, ooh, they continue. Romeo Sanabria is a really interesting story. Like, they continue to match. Jose Miranda is another one. He got another couple of hits this weekend. Like that. Those are the interesting ones to me. And of course, I think like, could we flip these guys for anything at some point? That's kind of where my head goes.
That always worries me because we've seen the stories. There's probably one bench spot available.
Yeah. It's probably Bryce Johnson.
Is probably got the inside track. But if Jose Miranda is so hot in spring training,
or Ty France,
you feel like you have to get them the job, and then invariably the season starts, and it's like, this is not the spring Jose Miranda we saw.
Who was the guy last year? It was Oscar Gonzalez.
Right.
Remember that? Everyone was all hot and heavy and fired up about Oscar. I think he's playing in Japan now. That was it. One more shot, didn't materialize at the big league level. Is it fair? How's Campy doing?
He's had a couple of hits.
Couple hits?
Yeah, just like everybody else. Not so bad that you go, there's no hope, but no one's tearing the cover off the ball, from the starting lineup, essentially.
That's true.
The other story we should probably bring up, since Paulie and I talked about it quite a bit on Friday, that report in The Athletic about Drew Brees and Joe Kudla putting in a bid to buy the Padres. Well, right after the show, that a correction was issued by Dennis Lynn in The Athletic that, they didn't submit a bid. They were hoping to join one of the other groups looking to purchase the San Diego Padres. That's a pretty big.
Is that a correction or is that a whole new?
That's a pretty big
entirely?
Distinction.
You guys spent a while on it.
Most of the show.
We did spend a lot of the show talking about that on Friday morning, which is, I
leave town. You guys are out here spreading misinformation.
You go with the reports that you've got.
This is terrible.
And Dennis is usually
right
on.
3.5 hour Viore commercial.
And we've talked about this in the past, though.
Why Viore? Simply the best.
As it usually is on this show. As I model mine.
It's
they really are the greatest pants of all time.
So
There's just nothing close. I'm sorry. I don't be buzzed by the team.
We can still say that even if he doesn't buy the team. The clothes will remain.
I will still say that even if he doesn't buy the team.
I wanted him to buy it because I would feel partially responsible.
But we did spend
much money as I've spent there.
We spent most of Friday going, based on at least what Google is telling us, like, he's got some money. Like, I don't know that he's got enough to really spearhead this group or whatever. And then it turns out, no, they just want to jump on with another bidder.
All right, well, I'd also like to jump on with another bidder. So if anybody, Ben Wood's also interested in buying the Padres.
What are we in for, like $1,500?
Yeah,
we
$1,500.
Put up $500
$500
towards the Padres?
Yeah.
All right, done.
We can be part of the group. That's great.
Be part of the group. Yeah.
But ultimately, when you're talking about this level of finance, you're never going to get all the details. We still don't know the details of exactly how much money Peter Seidler versus everybody else in the group. The Seidler family they don't even own 50% of the Padres right now. No one even really thinks about that. But you add up all the Seidler families together, it still doesn't even get to 50% of the Padres. There's minority investors. Sure. These are very complex business arrangements and sales. And even what we end up think we knowing after they announce even what we end up think we knowing. We thinking.
What?
Hold on.
Just reset it. Hang on. Just give me a hard. He said it twice. Give me a hard reset. One more time.
Even what we end up think that we know. Thinking what we
Hold on.
even what we end up
now
thinking that we know. There we go.
I'm confused. Even if we end up knowing what we think, there it is. Knowing what we think. I'm broke. He broke me, and then I got
Sorry.
he's broken.
The point I'm trying to make is that there will be a new owner announced at some point, and we'll think, well, we all know who the new owner is. We may never totally know who all the owners and the people are who are invested.
We
in
may
that
never
group.
not think we know what we
You
think
don't
we
think
not know
no.
when thinking
No, think
about
no.
the owner.
You know. You don't know.
You know?
You don't know what you think. All right. You think what you know, but you know what you think.
Don't you tell me what you think I know what I'm thinking.
It's like double down. That was elite. I'm gonna need all that later.
There's thinking, and then there's knowing.
We need to pull you out, blow on you, and put you back in.
Atari cartridge.
The cartridge.
Nintendo. We wouldn't have done
Smash it back.
Smash.
We wouldn't have done it if it didn't work so often.
Well, the jam. We had to wedge a matchbook in mind to keep the game down instead of rising up. So, well done, guys, for those Nintendos back in the day. Yeah, this sound you hear from your basement.
There's no way that much dust got into those things. What?
It might never left the unit, dude. Why did I have to do it? I can vividly recall just throwing some across the room and being so frustrated that it wouldn't work. Oh, it was great. That was fantastic.
Seems like a good time for me to try a liner right now.
Katrina wants to know, though, do you smell burnt toast right now?
Does that mean you're having a stroke?
You're having a stroke?
Yeah.
Yes.
Vegas is ready to rock. We're giving you a chance to.
Oh, no.
He's done.
He is toast. It's
He's
only
done.
7:00 on Monday, dude.
Vegas is ready to rock. We're giving you and a guest a chance to win a trip to see Metallica. Life Burns Faster, coming to the Sphere Las Vegas for select dates October 1st to October 31st. Get hooked up with travel,
Jesus.
a 3-night hotel
Man.
stay, and a pair of tickets to both nights of opening weekend of their Sphere residency thanks to Q Prime. All you have to do to enter is listen on the Odyssey app. Download the free app, create your account, favorite our station, and listen for an hour to get your daily entry and come back each day for another chance to win. For more info and to sign up for pre-sales beginning Tuesday, March 3rd, head to Metallica.com. This is a national contest.
Hey, Adam, any chance you could put a longer liner in? Just by the by. It's 40 lines long.
I think we need to. Why don't you turn off the lights?
Yeah.
Benny, just sit back. Just take a deep breath. Let's reset.
Yeah, are you on cocaine right now?
No.
Okay.
It's only Monday. It's 7
Monday.
o'clock on a Monday morning. We got a long
We're an
week
hour
ahead of
in,
us.
man. Take a deep breath. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Go to your place that makes you happy, the golf course. You step up to the first tee box. There's not a soul in front of you. Take your tee out, tee up your ball, take your stance, and rip 295 with roll down the fairway. It's going to be a good day.
Very relaxed.
It's going to be a good day. Beautiful cart girl pulls up, delivers you an ice cold Arnold Palmer.
I try to act normal.
Try to act natural. You don't. You trip and fall over your shoelaces. Smashing out your 2 front teeth on her golf cart.
Talking like a babbling buffoon.
All right. Deep breath. You got 9 iron left. Hit it stiff. 6 feet. Walk up, confidently roll in your putt.
Do you want me to actually stay and finish work or just go play golf?
Just go play
Because
golf.
right now I'm kind of just thinking about heading to the course.
All right. You feel better?
Yeah.
Okay. Deep breath.
My trainer, who I went to yesterday, wants to win that Metallica contest, but she can't. Her brother works for Odyssey, so she's ineligible.
Okay.
Not this Odyssey. She works for another one on the other side of the country, but she said that is an amazing prize, and it is because those Metallica tickets are expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a huge show at the Sphere. Now, it's funny that I just walked Ben through this because I forgot to tell you something that happened to us in the Dallas-Fort Worth airport yesterday as we all got off of the rental car bus and we made our way over to the elevator to go up to security. And there was a woman in there with her mom. And I'd say the woman was probably in her 40s, mom in her 60s. And the woman got in, and she immediately put her hands over her eyes and grabbed her head. And her mom goes, "Do you have a headache?" She goes, "No, I'm a little claustrophobic." And the mom is behind her, and her mom gets in her ear, and she's like, "You're on the beach right now. Don't worry. Your feet are in the sand." She's like, "Mom, I'm fine. It's like a 2-second ride up the thing. You're literally making it worse right now." Bo is elbowing me in the side. She's like, "Mom, I'm good. We're literally going from 1 to 2. It'll be over in a second. So we're all good." So I saw that mom and how comforting she was to her daughter. And I thought, let me try to comfort you.
I don't know why that happened.
It was great.
It just happened.
It was great. Well, once you get started with a flub, it's hard, and you have to read a long liner.
Sure.
It makes it hard.
Maybe I shouldn't have gone into the liner at that point.
I'll do it next time. How many times a day do we have to do that?
Just once. We're good.
All right.
We're good on that one.
Tomorrow, remind me, and I'll do it. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. You guys like the lights off? I kind of do.
It's nice,
Yeah,
actually.
it's nice. Might
Speaking
calm
of
you down.
turning the lights out, we can talk about San Diego State basketball for a couple of minutes here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The party's
that
over.
I don't know that the party's entirely over.
You do this every week.
I know. I mean, the bubble watch, they were about 50%. They were like a coin flip last week to get an at-large bid. The loss to New Mexico dropped them down, according to ESPN, to about 30%, which is not zero.
It's not zero.
But you figure they can't lose any of their games all the way to the final, maybe of the Mountain West tournament, to even have a hope. The problem is that there are going to be other bid stealers in other leagues that reduce the number of at-large bids, which are pretty small at this point anyway. So ultimately, I don't think you can even really realistically hope for an at-large bid for San Diego State. And they didn't play poorly. I mean, going to New Mexico, tough game, tough time of day.
Tough taint.
Tough taint.
Tump taint.
Yeah.
This is rough.
Jeez.
Had an 11-point lead in the first half, but couldn't hold on to it. And it was back and forth. It was a good game. They just ultimately came up a little bit short, as has been the story so often this season.
This just is not the kind of conference where you can lose five, right? Five losses in conference play.
Although New Mexico has 5 losses, and they're currently projected to be in the field.
Because their losses aren't as bad as...
I guess not.
Yeah.
It's
got a Troy loss.
Yeah,
brutal.
The metrics are so similar for all the teams. You felt like that was such a head-to-head, such an easy thing for the committee to point to. Well, we can't take both of them. We can only take New Mexico or San Diego State. What's our last data point?
Right.
There it is.
Head-to-head. Yeah, there it is.
They split their two, but, the most recent one was this game in New Mexico.
Well, they pulled
it out.
We've been saying it for weeks. Like, it's going to boil down to those 3 days in March. That's what it's gonna boil down to. If they can find a way to pull it together, they'll be in. If they can't, they won't. Now, somebody put in the chat NIT. Is that a possibility? Would they play the NIT, do you think?
I probably would.
Would they?
Yeah, the NIT used to be a little more prestigious. Now you get not some great teams in there. It's possible that San Diego State wouldn't even accept an invitation if they didn't make the NCAA tournament.
I wouldn't care. As a fan, I wouldn't care.
Go the old Notre Dame route, my friend.
A little bit. Yeah. I mean,
Pop-Tart Bowl pass.
Yeah. So
Notre Dame feels like they had an argument to be where they were arguing they should have been. San Diego State can't argue.
It's not like they got left out of the tournament. They were a top 10 team all year, and they got left out of the tournament.
There's just been too many losses this year where you can point to and go, man, if we just could have won that game. You can have one, maybe two of those. Yeah. You can't have five or six of them. If we just could have won that game.
Nobody, again, prognostication of sports is dumb. It's weird that people pay us money to do it, because nobody would have thought that it would have gotten down to this point, barring 3 or 4 major injuries. And then
we would have been like, this is why you have an 11-man roster.
That's right. And they had some injuries. Magungwath was out for a while. Elsie was out for a while. Like, it's going to happen, but too much talent on this team to be in this position, I think, right now. So again, they're going to have their opportunity. It's still in their hands if they want it. They just got to go out and win 3 games.
But, I was watching the game with my brother on Saturday, and he knows college hoops. He played Division I college hoops, and he said they're still by far the scariest team in that conference.
Right.
No one wants to play them in the conference tournament, so you can't rule them out. They absolutely could win the 3 games in 3 days. They're going to need it the most. Utah State's going to feel like they're in comfortably, so they don't need to go all out to win the conference tournament. And now New Mexico's on the right side of the line. Will you end up getting a rematch, a third matchup against New Mexico? That could end up deciding it if you get that third opportunity. If you win 2 out of 3 against New Mexico, say they play them in the semifinals,
right,
and they beat them in the conference semifinals, and you've won 2 out of 3, and you don't win that championship game, but it comes down to like the last at-large bid.
One of those two teams.
One of those
Do you
two?
give it
Is it the recency?
Is it the recency? And if you've won 2 out of 3, could you still sneak in? Possibly. That's why I think it's 30% and not 2% to get into the NCAA tournament, because they'll get another opportunity or two. They got a quad 1 game tomorrow at Boise State, and they'll probably have another quad 1 game or 2 in the Mountain West tournament if they get there. If they win couple of those, then maybe they can get themselves back onto the bubble.
So they've
got, if they don't win,
2 games remaining, and then the Vegas the conference tournament begins next weekend,
next Thursday,
next Wednesday, Thursday, whatever.
Mama.
Okay. Now, have you paid much attention to standings? I know we're 1 game out of first place with 2 left to go. Have you looked at like potential paths? Because I'll be honest, I haven't really. I have a group chat of some friends who are a little bit more into it than I am, and they're like, look, if this happens and this happens, San Diego State could get the 1 seed in the tournament. I'm like,
yeah, because Utah State and New Mexico still have to play this week, so one of them's losing for sure, but one of them's also winning for sure. If it's New Mexico, you certainly could still win the conference, depending on how it. I mean, the Aztecs will have to win their last 2 games. Probably 1, 2, or 3 seed is what it's looking like. One's maybe a little easier path, but 2 or 3, it's pretty much all the same in the Mountain West at this point. So we'll see.
We got Ryan Seacrest in the chat today. That's interesting. Ryan Seacrest, 1182. I wonder if it's the real one. Well, welcome if it is.
I'm sure it is.
I've seen Ryan Seacrest in there before.
It's got to be.
He's a member. He's tier 1.
Win the tournament, or they aren't getting in. Yeah, that's kind of how it feels at this point, man. So I wouldn't get your hopes up, Benny. But it does feel like this is. I mean, look, that's controlling your own destiny. Yeah, we win these games we're in.
On the other side, New Mexico, led by a bunch of San Diego guys, including Luke Hopp from Saints and PLNU at the Big 3 to break the tie at 74-74. And their coach, Eric Olin, who was UCSD's coach last year that led them to the NCAA tournament, this is considered like the rebuild he's done in 1 year in New Mexico has put him on the radar. And my brother was saying he's going to be a huge hot name, like a major Division I college program might come for him, or he may even be a guy who ends up in the NBA someday. So congratulations on that side of it to, former San Diego coach, and put together a pretty good team for New Mexico this season. And, it doesn't feel good for San Diego State fans, but they earned it with that game, with that win on Saturday. All right, Don't Do This is coming up next.
And what is with these Michigan men? What is with these Michigan men? Another one.
Got some crime blotter stories and a nice Manny Machado do this moment that we want to get to as well. That is all coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to tell you about my friends at Trajan Wealth. Been talking about it for about a month now. I'm so glad that I met them. We talk so much in sports about preparation, game plans, adjustments, knowing what could go wrong. But a lot of people head into retirement without anything close to that kind of plan. I was on that same sort of direction myself. Then I found out about Trajan Wealth. Between inflation, rising healthcare costs, market volatility, just the cost of living here in San Diego, it's no surprise retirement is stressful. That's right, why Trajan Wealth exists. TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth works with people who want clarity instead of guesswork. And their fiduciary advisors help build personalized retirement investment strategies based on your goals and your comfort level, because one size never fits all. They're local too, offices in San Diego, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, so they understand what it really costs to live and retire here. If you've ever thought about getting a second opinion on your retirement, it's an easy place to start. Learn more at TRAJANwealth.com, or just pick up the phone and call 619-367-0207. That's 619-367-0207. And again, when you're ready, everything starts at TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth, plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got our friend Craig Elston coming up at the bottom of the hour. First, though, it is time for Don't Do This. It is brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
Enjoy it.
enjoy it. All right, Woodsy, why don't you get us started today?
I did not enjoy this story at all. LaTroy Lewis was the newly hired Falcons coach. He was the assistant defensive line coach. He was newly hired and he is newly fired as some allegations have come to light, Benjamin, about rape and sexual assault of a woman while he was employed at Michigan. She's got text messages from him reading, "I'm going to F you up and I'd effing kill you. Don't play with me." Really, really gnarly story that comes out. He worked with Sharon Moore, right? And it was reported at the time Sharon Moore, it was reported to him. He did nothing about it. So the culture at Michigan in the last few years has been, it's dire. Like, it's a dire situation that needs to be addressed and cleaned up, and hopefully will be. But this guy now out of a job, facing allegations. He's married, father of 3. Seems to be a lot of proof stacked against this guy right now, but it's as disturbing of a story as you will read. And they just had the story that came out about the Falcons player a couple of weeks ago. Rough off season so far down in Hotlanta.
Cole says something in the water in Michigan. I don't think it's the water. I think it was the leadership, the culture.
Yeah. If your boss is doing it,
right,
you're like, oh, it's free for all up here. Pretty awful stuff though.
This one's spicy. Police and investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what happened. Involves Detroit Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold.
This is spicy.
So here's what the reporting of the story goes, Arnold and his friends were staying at an Airbnb in the Sunshine State. It says here. It doesn't say whether it's
Colorado,
Florida, or Colorado. I'm gonna go ahead and assume Florida because I'm a normal person.
In Colorado. Okay, they must have been doing some skiing.
And he and his friends were robbed during this vacation of quite a bit, twice actually. Designer bags, $100,000 in cash.
Robbed twice?
Twice. $80,000 necklace and a cell phone. And the guys that Arnold was with, they started to suspect the driver had something to do with it that they had hired.
Oh,
so instead of letting the police handle it, the story goes, they abducted the driver and held him against his will, interrogating him, beating him, threatening him with a gun in his mouth to try to get back their stuff that was stolen. And then Arnold was then charged with kidnapping for doing this. Vigilante justice obviously is frowned upon.
How do you
in this
feel
country.
about vigilante justice?
Well,
let's have an open conversation about it.
I think it's something that, because there's you don't have the responsibility of dotting your I's and crossing your T's the police do or prosecutors do.
Right.
So, hey, I mean, if you're absolutely right about it, that's okay. But let's say 9 out of 10 people are right about vigilante justice. All of a sudden, it doesn't work so much anymore.
Yeah, there's one mistake.
You really don't want to be mistaken on the vigilante justice.
You guys ever seen the movie Law Abiding Citizen?
No.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx and
Gerard Butler. Yeah.
And his kid gets killed, and the prosecutor cuts this guy a deal, and so he spends the rest of his life taking care of business. It's one of the most there's one scene that's one of the most disturbing things you've ever seen in your life, and you look at it and you go, oh, I get it, because it's his child. The ending was terrible in that movie, but the rest of it was pretty damn good. Law-abiding citizen. I'll put it this way, it made me a fan of vigilante justice.
I think there's a certain visceral self-satisfaction to see those kind of stories, but if we can suspend that and think about our logical brains, I think you can kind of figure out why it's not a good idea.
Right. Like a lawless society of everybody just...
The Purge.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone doing what they want.
Doesn't
that guy
really
cut
work
me
out
off.
that
I'm
well.
going to go, whatever. That guy stole $20 from me.
Right. I'm going to take him out to the woods. I get it.
Taken, Liam Neeson,
Brilliant. That's vigilante justice, and it's brilliant. We all love Taken. This is a pretty cool doo-doo, this story.
DD mega doo-doo.
Now, I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what they said in the video, but it looked to be Manny Machado is off to, they're playing, he's playing captain of the Dominican Republic team, and Junior Caminero is going to be, I think, the starter for the Dominican Republic. Manny's the captain, probably going to DH a little bit, get a little third in there for sure, but I think Junior's actually going to start.
Ray's third baseman, Junior Caminero.
Ray's third baseman, whose favorite player of all time is Manny Machado. And there's a video of them in the locker room, and there's Manny walking over with his jersey to hand to Junior Caminero, but it says Caminero 13, meaning Manny gave up his number 13 for Junior, kind of passing the torch a little bit. I thought that was cool. Guys don't give up their numbers for a lot.
Manny clearly has the seniority.
Yeah, Manny could be like, "Nah, son, number. You wear 12,"
and no one would question it either. Not even Junior would question. He goes, "No, of course you're number 13."
Yeah,
but
maybe it was a test from Manny, and Junior failed. He failed miserably.
It's supposed to be like, "Nah, dude, that's
your number, bro. I'm not doing this."
But Manny is officially the captain of the team.
I thought that was cool.
I think that's a captain move right there. You want everybody at their best, and feel like Junior's going to be at his best wearing his number 13, so he gave it up.
What a clubhouse cancer.
So wait, what number is Manny wearing?
I don't know.
They
never saw Manny's jersey. It was just him handing it off and dapping him up, and Junior looking surprised, and that's a cool move.
013.
013 13 asterisk next to it. So I don't know what he's going to wear, but I thought that was a cool move.
You guys are the voice of San Diego.
Oh, Manny, thank you. You didn't have to say that. Appreciate it. Manny's wearing 67. That would be hysterical. 6'7". Still doing it. Still like it. Still makes me laugh every time. Somebody says he's wearing 3. That's cool. Oh, he usually wears 3 in the WBC. That's cool. He's wearing 3.
And that is Don't and Do this for a Monday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Ben and Woods broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. When we come back, we'll talk Padres. We'll talk SDFC with our friend Craig Elston from the Padres Hot Tub Podcast, the Cromaniac, and more.
Got a new jacket. The Cromaniac.
Was
got
that
a new
new?
jacket.
I saw the picture
It's
last
brand
night.
new, I think.
Sparkling.
It looks
very sparkling.
It looks incredible. Incredible.
Darren got called Craig by our biggest fan on, I believe, on Friday as well. It was a big
We
fan.
don't know for sure.
I think
he called in and he
What
just
the hell
said,
happened Friday when I was
he
gone?
said, by the way, Darren was in.
Yeah.
He did the biggest fan. He called in. He goes, by the way, I just wanted to give a shout out to Craig. I love your podcast, man. Crossing Streams is awesome. And we just all kind of stared at each other in
But
here.
that's not Craig. That's Darren.
And we go,
Okay.
well, we'll let Craig know
we'll
on
let him
Monday.
know on Monday. All right, we'll
So
give
we
him
will.
that message.
Pass that along. We have an opportunity to do that
That's
next
fantastic.
with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Ah! Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
It's happening. ESPN has just announced a multi-year contract extension for one Jeff Passan.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
look at that.
If his Passan bombs are worthy of that, I figure might as well give him his credit.
So you're telling me another extension. has
Another
been handed
extension,
out.
yeah.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Very happy for all these people that keep getting extensions.
2026. It's the year of the
It's
contract
the year
extension.
year of the extension, Paulie. And all these guys are at the, I don't know, top of their game, getting extended. Smart. That's just smart business by their companies. Very, very smart business by ESPN. And
Agreed.
everybody else that's gotten
The
one.
guy who reports on everybody else's extensions gets his own today.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Congratulations. All right, we've got Craig Elston standing by. We will talk some Padres, some SDFC coming up next after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic sponsored by Hamul Casino. Getting reports of a stalled vehicle northbound 5 right past J Street. Not showing if lanes are blocked. Also keep in mind, heightened security, North Island Naval Base, guys. So give yourself extra time if that is your destination. The bridge, just a little jam up toward the old toll plaza. But once you're on the island, plan on lots of company there. Going to find a crash on El Cajon Boulevard on-ramp to westbound 8. Also, eastbound 52 right past the 15. Reports of an orange traffic cone bouncing around in middle lanes. Hummel 23's fabulous lobster buffet is on 7 days a week. All the lobster tails you can eat, plus dozens of delicious buffet stations. Visit HummelCasino.com for reservations. Lobster buffet every day, only at Hummel Casino Resort. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, let's go out to our SDCCU fan hotline. Maybe we should start extension talks with Craig Elston for future Mondays.
Locked in.
Joining us here on 97.3 The Fan. And you were at the game with Frontera SD last night. Another terrific victory for SDFC.
I tell you what, this club right now, I mean, you're starting to hear the MLS pundits say LAFC, SDFC, this is the class of MLS right now. And you understand why when you watch this club. They're now 7-0 in aggregate in 2 MLS matches. They won their opening CONCACAF Champions Cup League tie, and now they're going to face the number 1 team in Mexico in 2 weeks in Toluca. Everything is working. Marcus Ingvartsen, who last season, you might remember, Marcus Ingvartsen and Jeppe Tverskov were the 2 first players, other than Duran Ferri, the first 2 players brought in from the outside to become San Diego FC. And while Tverskov was the captain and all-star, led the club in minutes, was just an absolute force. Last year, Marcus Ingvartsen couldn't get off the bench. He was injured over and over. It was kind of a where's Waldo in terms of where's Marcus? When's he going to come back? This year, he's healthy. He's almost 1,000% match fit. In his own words, he's still getting back to the point that he could play the full 90, but doggone it, he was dynamic last night. He was everything you want from a center forward, distributing, smart, very calm, very calculated, goal and an assist, and he could have had multiple other goal contributions. St. Louis's keeper had a whale of a night with, I think, 4 or 5 saves. So really an impressive performance. And I said that on last night's Cremaniacs postgame show. It was 5-0 game 1. It was 2-0 game 2, but it could have been 5-0 last night. The keeper for St. Louis is the only reason it wasn't.
Did you get a new jacket?
I did.
It looked incredible. I saw it. I saw a picture of it, and I went,
"Where do you go?
Where do you get this jacket? It's unbelievable. It's like at the where would you get this online?
The internet, my friend.
The internet's amazing.
What do you
Craig.
search? What's the Google search for?
Bright, shiny jacket.
Men's silver suit.
Yeah,
men's silver
suit. And then just take it where it leads you. Would you like to see it? I've got it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, yes. Are you kidding?
Yes.
I'm actually pissed you didn't wear it.
It's just for the for the YouTube. Oh shit.
Oh
shit.
Craig.
Yes, there you go.
For the YouTube audience. For the YouTube audience.
We're fine.
Yeah, very, very shiny.
You got the lining. Very nice.
It's got a nice black collar.
Look at that.
It's pretty solid. I like it.
It's really. Oh yeah, throw it on.
There we go.
Throw it on. I'd actually request that you wear it every Monday. Yeah, come on.
Monday morning after a match.
No brainer.
I need the jacket on.
That's a no brainer. It's so good. It's so.
It doesn't disrupt like the camera.
No, it looks incredible.
I mean, there's some twinkle to it, but I think that's the point. It should be twinkling.
I'm wearing that to spring training next year. By the way, I'm telling you right now, I'm wearing that
after every win. Okay, after every win.
I love it.
All right,
I like it. No, I was listening. We talked a little bit about it earlier, watching the game last night, and the announcers talking about the confidence in which SDFC plays, and I go, all right, let me watch. And does this look like a confident team, bro? Yes. I mean, it oozes from this team. They clearly are benefiting from their training, right? I think they have really good training out there, is from what I understand. Craig, Mikey Varas, as we know, runs a pretty tight ship out there. They're well coached and they play very well, and you just never feel like. You never felt like last night was going to get out of control. You never feel like this team's not in a game. It's pretty remarkable.
I think Mikey Varas, is just continuing as the best coach, head coach, manager, in San Diego sports. And he put himself out on the line with the Chucky situation.
Big time.
And really kind of put his neck out there, bowed his chest forward and said, we're going to do it this way and we're going to be more successful. And all they have been is more successful ever since. And the other thing I'd like to bring up about SDFC, and it was reported out well last week, this team has an advantage over previous MLS expansion teams. Normally, when an MLS expansion team comes in, they do well in the first year because they get to set their entire roster. They don't have any old salary cap restraints holding them back. They don't have any old contracts holding them back. But what they also don't have as an expansion team is a lot of youth. You normally don't have a youth academy behind you. You don't have the ability to get young, inexpensive players. And so you wind up as a second-year team and a third-year team relying on older veterans, relying on guys that are more expensive that gum up your salary cap structure. But SDFC has right to dream, which means they can go get a Brian Zamblé. They can have Duran Ferri training with FC Northland and bring him back to San Diego and have him tuned up to be an MLS professional. And that continuous pipeline of young, inexpensive dynamic talent is what separates SDFC from a club like St. Louis City SC, which won the Western Conference its first year and then hasn't sniffed the playoffs for 2 years since.
Well, think about it too, Craig. I mean, this is a team that lost Milan Alosky last year, who was a really dynamic player. The Chucky situation, like, they've overcome, like, hey, Padres, you're going to lose Manny and Tatis this year. Good luck, right? Like, how are you guys going to rebound and replace those players and not miss a beat? Next man up, next man up, next man up. It's a really fun organization, SDFC.
It is. And, one guy that they really got right is Manu Dua.
Oh,
he was the number one pick of the MLS Super Draft. And with everything else that was going on last night, I thought Manu Dua could have been man of the match. And I mean, Dreyer had a goal and an assist, and Vartson had a goal and an assist. Faree had a clean sheet. But Dua, every time he's challenged, he's basically step perfect out there in terms of making the right decision, making the right move. He's tough when he needs to be. He's fast when he needs to be. Man, they nailed it. With a kid who was a center mid in college, they make him the number one pick. They put him in the most important defensive position, center back, and he turns into one of the best in the league, if not the best.
Not to put any additional pressure on the Padres, but if they want to be the first San Diego team to win a championship,
get after it.
I mean, the World Series is before the MLS Cup final, we know on the calendar. So they may have to do it this year. The way SDFC looks early this season, like they're going to be true contenders at the end of the year. Let's shift our focus to the Padres, Craig. Now that we've seen a couple of weeks of spring training, starting to see the battle for the fifth starter slot, no one's really necessarily eliminated themselves, but no one's really taken the lead either. What are your kind of thoughts from what we've seen so far?
German Marquez looks like the prince that was promised to be bad. He's not impressing me so far. JP Sears might be the most long ball allowingest lefty in baseball. I feel like he is just an absolute guarantee if he throws 5 innings to allow a home run. And if you look at his career stats, they kind of line up, along those lines. So he's not exactly knocking my socks off. The backfield versus Korea, Walker Buehler's hitting 92.
That's up from where he thought it would be, by the way.
Yeah. That didn't exactly excite me. How about Randy Vasquez, boys? Randy Vasquez looks really, really good.
Well, we're good. Yeah, 1 through 4.
Hang our hat there?
Yes, hang your hat there. I mentioned it earlier. Ruben's pretty high on Marquez. He looks at him a little bit like kind of his pet project. So that excites me a little bit. And the pitch mix that he used in Colorado was apparently the worst thing ever. And they had him throwing his worst pitch 90% of the time. And they're going to change that. He's working on that. The knuckle curve, I think, is looked pretty good yesterday. But other than that, man, there's a lot of work to be done. The other name he mentioned was Griffin Canning, is coming off that Achilles thing. He said he looks really, really good, but you got a bucket of mid right now for your fifth spot, and who's going to shake it out? That's what we're all trying to figure out.
Over the course of last week, not just myself, but a lot of our fans in our Padres Hot Tub Discord kept going back to how are the projections for San Diego to be 4th place and 80 wins? Why is that? Because I'm looking at this lineup.
Yep, same.
And this looks like it should be the most deep and complete lineup that the Padres have had in a long time. And then you look at the bullpen and you say, well, this bullpen could be number 1 in Major League Baseball very easily and not, hyperbolically. So how does a team like that lose 82 times in a season? And the answer would be, if you get no good answers from the 5th starter spot or 4th starter spot, and if Michael King and Joe Musgrove miss time due to injury, which is, Musgrove has already said he anticipates to miss some time, whether it's at the beginning of the year or the middle of the year. He doesn't think 32 starts is realistic for him this year. I agree. That's, to me, the one spot that you can really nail. And for it to go to 80 wins, guys, I think all the back-end starters have to be bad. I think Vasquez has to be bad. Sears has to be bad. Waldron has to be, sidelined.
Right.
Marquez has to be bad, so on and so forth. I personally am a lot more optimistic than that. And I think the Padres have a good chance to be around where they were last year. But it really is going to come down to the summer And when you get to the summer, which of these arms are healthy, effective, and able to give you 5 or 6 innings? If King, Musgrove can do that, Pivetta stays on his same track, this team is going to be fine, even if the last 2 spots are blow-up dolls. But if those guys miss time, that's when it really gets serious.
Craig, looking fine, looking sparkly on a Monday morning. Appreciate it, man. We'll start working on that extension for you.
All right.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week.
Craig Elston on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. You can get his Padres takes on the Padres Hot Tub podcast and his SDFC insight on the Chromaniacs podcast as well. But I guess what's frustrating for me about the Padres pitching, they have so many good arms back there, bullpen arms.
Oh, yeah. If they're not absolutely torched by June, then we have a shot.
Right.
If it's just like, JP Sears went 2 1/3, I got to go.
Did that a lot last year.
Did a lot.
You're going to have guys that you're not even going to be able to play. They're going to just be dominating down in AAA because they're major league arms because you don't have enough room in the bullpen.
It's El Paso, though, too.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying. If you could cram 3 of those guys into one starter,
yeah, of course.
You have plenty of arms. You just don't have enough roster spots.
Science has come a long way. We are not there yet where we can meld guys together because that would be elite. You take his heart, you take his balls, you take him,
his curveball, his
fastball, and create. If it's not MLB The Show,
but like if the Padres had 29 roster spots and you just have 3 extra guys who are just your 5th starter for 2-3 innings that game, the Padres would be almost unbeatable. But you can't. You can't put them all on the team. You can't go with a bullpen day every 5th day because that'll torch your bullpen. It doesn't work that way.
Last year, it felt like, hey, just get to like the 4th inning.
Get to the 4th. That's why he was bunting in the 1st inning to try to get a 1-run lead to turn it over to the bullpen. And, listen, there's a lot that's got to go right for this team. For sure.
All right, we'll have more Padres thoughts in hour number 3. We'll also have a game of Take on Woods. We got a new weekly prize to tell you about. Don't go away. Going until 10 o'clock this morning. Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
together. 3 amigos in here. Missed you guys on Friday. Thanks for stepping up. Go celebrate my grandmother's 90th birthday. Quite a time was had. Good to be home. Great to be home. I'm Woodsy. Paul Rindle's our executive producer. Ben Higgins, our friendly neighborhood sports anchor, the chairman himself.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I had an embarrassing moment yesterday.
Did you?
I mean, it wasn't humiliating, but I felt embarrassed. Went to Costco.
Okay.
With my son, just kind of general shop. We didn't have a ton to get, but we go through the aisles, we get our carts, and I walk over to the self-checkout area. Not really that busy. I was surprised. Like there was multiple stations open. And I start pulling up, and the lady who's like the monitor, she's got the scanner gun and everything. She can pre-scan you. And she looks at me and she goes, "Sir, there's a 15 or under item limit for the self-checkouts."
Oh, what'd you have?
18.
18.
I didn't count. I didn't even realize there was a limit. But I got the tisk disapproval. I guess we'll allow it this time. I said, well, thank you. So I didn't have to go back and get in line in one of the regular checkout stands.
Do you think that the rules don't apply to you because you're famous?
No, we had like 3 of the same thing. So I don't know. Is that 15 different items?
No, it's all different items.
Or if you get 16 of one thing.
If I get 100 yogurts, I'm not going through the 15
right
thing, but it's all the same.
Only one item.
It's Dannon, Light, and Fit.
I didn't know that they had a limit. I thought you could, if as long as you were self-checking out, you could just go with whatever you wanted if you're willing to do it yourself. And then I go to the, they have to look at your receipt when you leave the store as well. And she looks at the receipt because it's one of the self-checkout receipts, and she goes, "I don't know how you got through with more than 15 items." Like, I go, apparently this is a much bigger crime that I didn't realize I was committing. I didn't even see the sign that it was 15 items or less.
I had one of those yesterday as well at the airport in Dallas, Ben. It was the flight attendant who was full on doing bits. She wasn't a flight attendant. She was the gate lady, whatever you call it. What do you call them?
The gate attendant.
The gate attendant. So she's on the mic and she's doing bits and she's just having a grand old time. And we were, of course, in group 6. Now I've got my backpack, my kids' backpacks, and I got 2 little carry-ons, 2 little rolling suitcases. So I'm panicked, right? It's a full flight. You worry that they're going to check we'll just check it at the gate. You're a wreck in group 6. So they've got the left side is everybody else, and then it's groups 5 through 9. So we matriculate through the 5 through 9, and we're
a lot of groups.
We're standing there waiting. And she goes 1 through 5, right? Or 1 through 4. Okay, come on in, go through. So we're group 6. The group 5 start to go, and I'm trying to time it out to where the last of the 5s go and we're there, but I'm a little early. And we start walking up. Group 5's wrapping up. She's like, "No, sir, you're group 6. You're not group 5." And I go, "Okay, me and my 2 small children here will wait right here. It's fine, no big deal." So we waited for 3 more people to go by. She put the rope up, stopped, looked at us, took a drink of her water bottle, talked to her buddy there who was on the computer, just like Meet the Parents. We're standing there staring at her. I'm 3 feet from her. And she looks at us and she goes, "Now boarding, group 6, now boarding."
Rows, please.
And I walked right up. I was like, "Thank you so much." My kids chomping at the bit to get on the plane, get on their iPads. And I just went, I'm not gonna bust balls.
One thing I've never understood. I mean, I get if you have carry-on luggage and you want overhead bin space, you want to make sure it's not gone. But the race to get on the plane.
It's for the little kids.
The plane
dude.
is the last place I want to be.
It's true.
If I can spend as much time not on the plane as possible, like I get on the plane and then 2 seconds later they're pulling out. That would be ideal.
Bro,
but
it's the kids.
They act like it's some perk to get on the plane 80 minutes before your flight so you can just sit there. It's like, I don't want to be on the plane this early.
It's different. Like when you have the kids, you're like, I need to get them in. I got to get them dialed up. I got to put their headphones. Like it's a nightmare, right? But you got to get snacks out. You got to get their water, like everything. If it's just me though, yeah, man, I'm fine jumping on whenever. Cause I never carry on bags. Like this is the first time I think I've carried on bags my whole life.
Yeah.
I always check.
You don't need to get on the plane early.
I didn't need to, but I needed to.
If you have
I
an
had
assigned seat, then you can just get on the plane whenever. I always thought true first class would be, take my bag and put it on the flight. And then let me know 10 seconds before I need to get on the plane, and I will get on the plane then because I don't want to be on the plane for another 45 minutes that I don't have to be.
Wyatt makes a good point. He says, man, I'm stressed until the moment I can sit down on that plane. That is a good point. When I flew first class to England, bro, you couldn't. I was there like now boarding first class. It's like, and here I come. It's different, right?
Well, if they're handing you a flute of champagne as you're getting on the plane,
here's some cookies.
Here's your menu. Here's your yes.
Let me make up your bed for you, sir. You're like, this is great. I can live here. Yeah, a little different when you're in row 33. You're not running to get back there, but it's because of the kids. You have to get dialed in on the plane. But yeah, listen, man. Some people are sticklers, some people aren't. There's a lady at the Vons I go to, and I'll have a loaded car. I mean, 60, 70 items, and she'll be working the 15, and she'll go, "Come on through, sweetie," and I'm like. I go, no. There's people that may show up behind me and they're going to know me. She's like, come on in, baby. You're okay. And I'm like, can you please hurry? Because I'm loading my stuff on the cart. I got 60 items in a 15 bed.
Now, the worst thing you can do, though, is then you get there and whatever it is, 12 items or less, and they look and they go, you've got more. So then you have to count. Oh, you're right. I have 14. Well, I'll put two of
Let me put two things back.
I'll go put two of these back and I'll come back and check out my 12. At that point, it's just faster. Just get them checked out. Just go.
Just rip through it real quick. I promise you. But yeah, she makes me. I know her. She does like some of the stuff at the kids' school. You know, like a traffic attendant. So she sees me. I see her every day, and she's like, "Baby, come on through. You're good. You're good." I'm like, "No, I have too much. I'll wait." No, just come on through.
I can't do it
because some guy's gonna walk up with 3 cans of soup and be like, "Oh, Woods from Ben Woods is in the line."
You're totally
with 60 people.
You'll wave the person behind you in front of you. If they've just got 1 or 2 things, like
I'm a nervous wreck. I'm a nervous wreck everywhere I go. This is everywhere I go. I'm acutely self-aware. I don't want to hold anybody.
You've only got 18 items. Go ahead. You're fine.
It just makes me so nervous. So nervous. Well, it's been a fun show this morning. We had about an hour into the program. I had Paulie go ahead and pull this because I wanted to hear this back. We had a little short circuit, which happens from time to time on this program. And it usually happens on Friday. Tired. You know, you just come in Monday, refreshed. You didn't work last night. You got no excuse. You played golf all weekend, had a time of your life. And you come in here an hour and 7 minutes into the show this morning and just a complete and total.
Sometimes there's just a software glitch that just needs to be.
Which leads a lot of credibility to Paulie and my theory that you're an actual robot man that sleeps on the charging pad of the bed. If you've ever seen him eat a meal, he's like, must eat meal.
We have some content. I don't know if we're going to put it out, if we are ever going to put it out, but I was going through some of the Metaglass footage from our week at spring training, and I found the clip. It was like 4:50 in the morning of you wearing the glasses. You walked through the dark across from our wing of the house over to the Ben Higgins wing.
The master suite.
That's right.
And you walked in and turned on the lights and just said, "Hey, I just want to see if you actually sleep on the covers." And when you turned on the lights and looked over at him, I'm like, it like jarred me. He's laying there like a cyborg on a charging pad.
And I think there's mornings when the charging pad goes out in the middle of the night, maybe, and you're running on your battery's getting low. You're at like 14%. So
the charger didn't clip all the way in.
Yeah, it didn't clip all the way in. It was misplaced.
It's one of those nights where they had to install the new operating system.
Yes, overnight.
When you're sleeping overnight.
So it lends. If you've ever seen him eat
up and you have to put in all the passwords and everything to get started again.
When he eats a meal too, it's workmanlike. He sits and his head goes down and he's like, must devour food right now, must recharge. And he eats it. So we can put that video out. I'm just going to warn you guys. The quality of it sucks. It looks like it was filmed with a potato. It's so bad.
It looked fine on my end.
Did it? You sent it to me. I go, this is garbage.
I wonder if I'll show you on my phone during the break.
Okay.
Maybe it was just like when I sent it to you, it got jacked up. I mean, it looked like pretty clear glasses.
Oh, mine was so bad.
Your angles were a little off because we don't know what we're doing yet with the glasses, but I thought it looked fine. We'll see.
We can put it out. It's fine. It's basically a day in the life. You know how Sammy does his day in the life. I was like, I'll do one of a morning show host. So it's my kind of day in the life. But anyway, the meltdown from earlier. He's not fully charged this morning.
And even what we end up knowing after they announce even what we end up think we knowing. know
Whoa,
we think.
double down. What? Hold on.
wait,
Just
wait,
reset
wait,
it. Hang
wait,
on.
wait,
Just give me a
wait,
hard.
wait.
He said it twice. Give me a hard reset. One more time.
Even what we end up think that we know. Even what we end up
now
thinking that we know. There we go.
I'm confused. Even if we end up knowing what we think, there it is. Knowing what we think. Right.
Vegas is ready to rock. We're giving you a chance to.
Oh, no. He's been a while. It's only
done.
7:00 on Monday, dude.
Vegas is ready to rock. We're giving you and a guest a chance to win a trip to see Metallica. Life Burns Faster, coming to the Sphere Las Vegas for select dates October 1st to October 31st. Get hooked up with travel, a 3-night hotel stay, and a pair of tickets to both nights. Head to Metallica.com. This is a national contest.
Hey, Adam, any chance you could put a longer liner in? It's so long.
So,
Metallica.
no, I'm not really a robot, but I do have a very robotic quality that when
I'm not really a robot. It's something he just said.
there is when something like starts to glitch and then it's like taking all the processing space and there's no room for anything else. So once that whole knowing, I think, and thinking I know thing happened, my brain was just
all you were on.
recycling over and over again, and everything else stops working because the brain can't let go of that moment.
Do you think you have a touch of OCD?
I have a touch of like Asperger's,
Right.
Yeah,
But like a little OCD.
a little bit.
Yeah. My wife suffers from OCD. And
Like once you've got something in your head,
it's over.
It's hard not to
You get a little like one-track mind when that happens.
I'm very
And
one-track mind.
You're like, how did I flub that? I knew what I was trying to say. It's obviously thinking what we know, we think we know, not knowing.
If
what
you
we
ever
think.
see Ben on opening day walking from broadcast to broadcast, you will see the walking definition of one-track mind. Just bam, 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 bam.
There's no switch yard with the different tracks going everywhere. It is one straight track, and I'm either on it or I get on another track.
Opening
But
day.
there's no.
He's like Rain Man. He's like, I gotta get to the Marriott. I gotta get to the Marriott. Excuse me, out of my way. I gotta go to the Marriott. Marriott. I gotta get to the Marriott.
I've watched him before walk from our broadcast down to the Marriott, and it's like, my God, clear a path.
Will you wear the meta glasses on your walk?
Oh, you have
from
to.
Baja Ricks
You have
over to the Marriott Hotel.
You have to do it. You have to. The meta glasses. So again, back to it. I'll show you on mine when you sent me. It looked terrible, but if it looks good, you can release it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. There's some funny stuff in there.
Good stuff.
And you're laying on top of your charging pad. There is no comforter.
I think it's happened where you send a photo or a text, even
And
if
it's
it's iPhone
crappy.
to iPhone or iPhone to Android. Sometimes it just gets lost in the clouds somewhere.
For sure.
You mentioned Sam Levitt. Sammy Sid Finch Levitt will join us in our 9 o'clock
How
hour.
about that guy?
Courtesy of David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, and we'll check in with Sam from spring training. He was at the Radar Gun. Same one we did at the Peoria Sports Complex a few years ago.
My arm still hurts from that.
I think my arm still does
I feel
too,
like
man.
Sammy might have beaten my top speed.
I think he got mine too.
I was impressed with Sam's throwing ability.
100%. Looks like he's done it many, many times. And I think he set a goal of what he wants to throw. And we'll see if he can get there, but really, really good.
Has he been working with Ruben Niebla on some
Potentially.
velocity training without telling us?
I'll say this. If Ruben Niebla is wasting his time on Sam Levitt down there, I'm going to have a bone to pick with Ruben Niebla.
Ruben gets to be, he wasn't the official manager because that's Randy Knorr.
Right.
But he was doing all the media responsibilities for Craig Stammen, who missed Friday and Saturday to go to his sister's wedding.
Many are saying Craig Stammen now on the hot seat because of leaving spring training because of his sister getting
lack
married.
of commitment.
Lack of commitment. Unserious.
But,
laissez-faire attitude at spring training. Many are saying
Ruben got to do the scrums and
got to.
Yeah. Had to do the scrums. Sammy was there.
He did great.
He can give us an update on how Ruben fared in his
I want to see how his
temporary stint.
I want to see how his arm feels because I promise you it's throbbing. There's no warm up for that. You grab the ball and you go as hard as you can. I promise you he's got a little pain right on the inside of his elbow, right there.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Right there.
Maybe the top of the shoulder.
Top of the shoulder.
Cuff.
Yep. Yeah, this is actually a pretty dangerous bit he's doing.
I don't know if he set a goal. He did just say,
can I throw 75 by the end of spring training?
He said, how fast can I throw by the end of spring training?
Got it. All right, we can ask him. We'll ask him.
All right, before we get to that, though, we'll have a game of Take on Woods. We have a new prize this week. If you'd like to be our contestant in our music, TV, or movie trivia game and qualify to win the Field of Dreams Festival tickets, Slightly Stupid, Sublime, and more, coming to Petco Park on June 13th. That's our weekly grand prize. You can be our contestant next by calling 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. We'll play our first game of the week coming up, and we've got a lineup out. We can talk about something a little interesting in today's lineup from Craig Stammen.
Something I'm a fan of, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get to all of that coming up after a check of traffic with more Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I'm going to tell you about SDFatLoss.com. And I know that a lot of people out there are tempted by the GLP-1 injections. I understand that, but keep in mind, if that's the route you're going to go, you're committing to that long-term weekly injections, perhaps for years, at the cost of $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 per year. When instead, with SDFatLoss.com, you can commit for 2 months to a very doable program, the one that I did, that's based on real foods, no exercise, lose up to 10 to 20% of your body weight, like 20 to 40 pounds. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days without the injections, without the side effects, without the muscle loss, which makes it even harder to burn fat and keep your metabolism up after you've lost those with the injections. Why not go with SDFatLoss.com? It just makes so much sense to me. And right now you can schedule a free consultation by going to SDFatLoss.com. And if you sign up for the program, you're going to get $200 off today. They want to convince you why this is the way to go. It works so well for me. I have kept the weight off because my metabolism is up. I feel younger. I feel healthier. Just give it a try. Just find out at least what the program can do for you by going to SDFatLoss.com. Get your free consultation today at SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim-ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now, say radio, for a free month of service.
Do it.
Again, we got a lineup for you. Interesting lineup. Now, they're all going to look different with no Machado, no Tatis, no Bogarts for the next couple of weeks, but you can still glean some information by what Craig Stammen's putting together. We'll get to that at the bottom of the hour. Right now, though, we have a contestant on the line. Let's play our first game of the week. It is time to take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we've got Peyton. Are you there?
Yes, sir. How are you doing,
Peyton? We're doing good. Woods has left the studio. He does not get to take part in this first half of the game in which you answer 5 questions. And if you can beat or tie him on the same 5 questions, we'll put you into our weekly grand prize drawing. This week, it is a pair of tickets to the Field of Dreams Baseball Festival at Petco Park, or just Festival at Petco Park, on June 13th, featuring Slightly Stupid, Sublime, and more. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. And you get to pick our category. Your 3 choices. We still have TV sitting there after Cheers. Actors from the TV show Cheers and some of their other shows. Movies, you're the one. 5 movies that include the word one in the title. And our new music category, Dropping the Needle, influential and successful DJs in music. So after Cheers for TV, you're the one for movies or Dropping the Needle for music. Peyton, what would you like to play?
I will definitely be taking movies.
Movies, you're the one. All right, today on Take on Woods, we are looking for 5 movies that all include the word or number 1 in the title. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many of the 5 as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question is our 2-second movie clip. Paulie will play you a clip from a well-known movie. You need to identify the title of that movie. And remember, they all include the word 1. All right. Peyton, are you ready to play?
Let's go.
Paul, you good to go? All right, 60 seconds on the clock. The category is You're the One in movies. Your time begins when Paulie plays our clip. Good luck, Peyton. Let's take on Woods.
Get off my plane.
Air Force One?
Correct. Which 1975 movie starring Jack Nicholson as a new patient in a psychiatric hospital swept the Oscars in all 5 major categories?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Correct. Which 2016 Star Wars movie starring Felicity Jones and Diego Luna tells the prequel story of rebel spies stealing plans for the Death Star?
Arguably the best one, probably Rogue One.
Correct. John Travolta takes on the role of a New York subway hijacker with Denzel Washington as a train dispatcher in which remake of a 1974 film starring Walter Matthau?
The original is better, but The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
He knows his stuff. And recent high school graduate Hoops McCann needs to write a cartoon love story and falls for rock singer Cassandra Eldridge on Nantucket Island, in which 1986 romantic comedy starring John Cusack and Demi Moore?
Pass.
Ooh, that's the last one.
one.
Recent high school graduate. That's One Crazy Summer.
I was like, he gets that one.
I don't
Good
know.
God.
Woods might get that one. I think this is going to be a close game.
Think
He might
so.
not get the Star Wars one, though, because that's Woods for
Yeah.
you. Let's bring him back in. Peyton's score is locked in. Woods doesn't get the category. He does get to know it is movies today.
Great.
Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins
It's
when
my idea, by the way.
Paulie plays our clip. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on
You got this.
Yeah.
Peyton.
Get off my plane.
Oh, it's Air Force One.
Correct. Which 1975 movie starring Jack Nicholson as a new patient in a psychiatric hospital?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Correct. Which 2016 Star Wars movie starring Felicity Jones and Diego Luna tells the prequel story of rebel spies stealing plans for the Death Star?
I'll come back to it.
John Travolta takes on the role of a New York subway hijacker with Denzel Washington as a train dispatcher in which remake of a 1974 film starring Walter Matthau?
Pass.
Recent high school graduate Hoops McCann needs to write a cartoon love story and falls for rock singer Cassandra Eldridge on Nantucket Island, in which 1986 romantic comedy starring John Cusack and Demi Moore?
One Crazy Summer.
Correct. Which 2016 Star Wars movie starring Felicity Jones and Diego Luna tells the prequel story of rebel spies stealing...
Something one. It's
John
You gotta
Travolta
go
takes
quick.
on the role of a New York subway hijacker with Denzel Washington as a train
One
dispatcher in
take.
which remake
One
of
take left.
And up by a 4-3 score. Peyton
hold on.
sneaks it out.
The
I
Star
knew
Wars
the Star
one
Wars
is-
would have trouble. There's
I
a
know
one
it.
in it. Yeah, one.
It's,
Blank one.
all I kept thinking was stupid Air Force One, which was that's all I could think of was Air Force One. Air Force One.
Rogue
One.
And then
what was the other one?
The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
That's a tricky one. Yeah, because the
'Cause
one
the
is
one
in
is
there.
right in the
Not
middle
spelled
there.
out.
Yeah. No, that's a good movie, by the way.
Yeah, all ones in the
Yeah.
title of those movies. Peyton, stay on the line.
Nice
Paulie,
work,
put your name
Peyton.
into the drawing for the festival tickets at the end of the week.
Man. Tier one.
Air Force One's a bit of a stop down if I see it
Yeah,
on.
it's a good one. It's a good one.
Always like that one.
I did too. I like the tier one. So
One
that's
Crazy Summer is kind of a forgotten
It is.
one, but
It
I
is.
don't
It's
think I've
good.
ever seen that one.
Yeah,
not
it's
bad.
a good movie from. I mean, it's
Old,
probably
old
it's
now,
like
but
50
yeah.
years old
Yeah,
now.
know.
I mean, it's crazy.
Feels like it was obviously my childhood movie, but it's an old one for sure.
That's such a bummer. Should have at least tied that one.
All right, we'll get Padres lineup construction minus all the World Baseball Classic players for you coming up next. Bennett Woods live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Fan announcement coming up at 9 o'clock. Not too late to win the night in an Odyssey suite catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine for a Padres game this season. You just have to register your name at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. If you were listening, at least on the radio during the break, had an ad for Chick-fil-A and made me think you sent us a text over the weekend while you were back home with your parents.
Yeah.
It's your dad.
He's unbelievable.
Just holding the bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce and individually applying sauce to each nugget, or did you have like a tray of nuggets?
Nothing's changed. There's a promo that runs and talking about him. He does it with like a turkey sandwich at Thanksgiving. He has the thing of mayo and he just goes and then eats it. So I'm looking over.
Mayo
nuggets.
mayo bite.
Yeah, he got nuggets for the kids. And then I think he was like vulturing theirs after they were done.
Great parenting maneuver.
It's dad skills. Like, all right, I'm going to order whatever you want because I'm going to get half of it easily. So he does it.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
Don't ever come to my house on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
My dad, with the leftover turkey sandwich, he takes the turkey sandwich in his left hand. He takes the Hellman's in the squeezable bottle, and he goes, and then
We're turning off listeners just with these noises. I moisten my turkey sandwiches with cranberry sauce.
please don't say moisten again on this radio program. I will have to retire.
So now this is the same, but not mayonnaise with Chick-fil-A sauce.
So he takes a fork and
He's got like the big bottle.
it's
like that you buy at the store.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A sauce, which is good. I love Chick-fil-A
solid.
sauce. And he takes the thing and dips it. He puts the fork in the nugget and holds the nugget up and then takes that. And on my mother, this bottle was running low because it literally was like
get some air coming out with each squeeze.
Yeah. I'm like, so I didn't know what it was because we were at a table with our back to him. He was at the counter. So I heard the and I go, what is he doing? And I looked over and I go, oh, he's taking the Chick-fil-A on the nugget.
Just to be clear, normal behavior would be
put a pile of sauce in, take your fork or your finger.
Get a little ramekin or just even on your plate.
We bought ramekins because my kids like sauces and fancy sauce. So we have ramekins in our home. He is like, no, I'm taking, I want.
Because by doing that, you pour it into the ramekin, you finish your 6 nuggets or whatever.
Yeah.
There's still going to be some sauce in the ramekin. You can't put the sauce back in the tube.
He's a step away from just putting the nugget in his mouth and then opening directly into his mouth.
Squeezing he's thinking though, there's no waste in the way he does.
Waste not, want not.
There's
That's 100%
waste.
what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, you're right.
What does he do at Chick-fil-A? Because they have those.
I don't know. I've never been to
sauce,
Chick-fil-A with him. I have no idea.
You open them up, you dip them in the sauce, they peel back.
Single serve dipping.
Oh, by the way, the Chick-fil-A sauce 100% of the time always just tears right down the middle.
Every single time.
little tiny strip down the middle. Then you have to peel it open
now
with
your fingers are all saucy.
Yes.
Yep. Every single time.
But it won't surprise me as he gets older to go to his home and find him just squeezing the sauce in his mouth and then sprinkling nuggets on top of the sauce. Just eating it once. Maybe blend it all together in a nice drink. He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. It's those quirks that make him my dad. That's I love it about him. And I find myself doing things like that sometimes. I did it with a corn dog recently. Had a corn dog, had the mustard, and instead of putting it into the thing and dipping it in, I peeled the mustard and boop, bite.
Or
boop,
even
bite, boop, bite.
just one long streak of mustard on the corn dog, and then you put away
Correct. No.
the
See, I'll
mustard
do that
after that.
Like, corn dog, or even I can understand it with a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
With like the packets, the rip the corner off the ketchup packet or ketchup or mustard packets.
I hate
when
those.
they have the actual dipping sauce container, the single serve containers. You're not supposed. You are supposed to dip those.
I'm a step away from at Petco Park though, just getting my hot dog and standing by the mustard thing, and just one at a time. One pump, 2 pumps, 3
I truly
pumps.
loathe single serving packets.
Yeah, I don't
of
really like
anything.
them
And
either.
it's not an environmental thing.
Right.
It's not the waste. It's just the entire process of trying to open the little corner and
to get like 2 French fries worth of ketchup.
Yeah, and then trying to squeeze out the sauce. Even the soy sauce, I don't like.
No,
I'd
it just
rather
pours
have,
out.
I'd rather have just the bottle. So you pour it out.
You start to like squeeze it. It runs down the side of the container.
It's too liquidy.
There is no way.
You can't make a packet of a full liquid.
There's no way that you can distribute the soy sauce the right way.
Right.
You open it and you turn it over.
For me, it's usually too much soy sauce too. So it's like you don't put half of the soy sauce on your food, and then you put the little packet on the counter or something, and then it just goes everywhere.
Purple says it's a skill issue on our part that the sauce never goes down the middle.
He's
That's
full of
BS.
crap.
He's
a
full of it.
liar. You're lying.
You could
Purple.
bring me 10 right now. I'd go 8 for 10 down the middle. The one little strip down the middle, and I have to dig out the rest.
Somebody
of the
else
sauce.
was like, "Why can't they fix that?"
You got to fix
That's a thing. It is absolutely a
like
thing.
In-N-Out does so many things right, but if you want ketchup, they just throw a handful of the ketchup packets in your bag, and then you have to open like 19 of them and put them in the box and just keep squeezing them out. It's the worst.
I'm not a fan of it either, but no, he's an absolute legend when it comes to that. I'm like, how did you ever get mom to marry you? Because if you did that like on a date, if their first date was somewhere, I don't know, if he had a steak and was like, do you have A1? And he's pouring A1 on each individual steak bite. There's no woman on the planet that would be like, sign me up. I'm in. I've never seen this before, right? Like, this is a post-marriage habit. Yeah, that's way post-marriage.
That's like after you've secured
you
for
secured
life.
the bag. Like
Now
you're
like,
good.
oh, by the way, this is how I eat my nuggets.
Yeah, this is how I eat my nuggets. This is how I eat my sandwich as well. But I mean, like the things that you do to repulse your wife. I did it again yesterday. I could feel when I came home directly and went to my office and started sorting cards. I could feel the love of my wife leaving the room. I could feel, especially, and there was if there was any sexual tension, that was gone immediately. The second I sat down, I was like, all right, good to see you. And I opened up the binder and I'm starting sleeving cards. I could hear her just going, oh God, you're just the worst. Yeah. What's the equivalent?
I love the way that you open those baseball cards.
Man,
it's a sentence no one has ever said.
Tell me about all the great gems that you got that you're gonna do what with. You're just hoarding them now, you idiot.
Sixto Lezcano.
Oh wow. You did get a Charles Barkley All-Star card from the 89 Fleer set.
She's like, God, I was hoping you would bring one of those home.
She is so repulsed by it. And I mean, it's revolting to her. Like, I might as well. I mean, you can see it in her face. She looks at me and goes, God.
When's she going to have you move a cot into your office? Be like, you can just sleep with your baseball cards. You love them so much. Bro, now you can just sleep in there.
I'd literally wait for her to fall asleep so I can go back into my office. It's so bad. It is so bad. It's so bad.
Down.
He's going to wake up in the middle of the night and find you in there, just surrounded by cards.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
All right. All guests on Ben & Woods appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bank Banking, it's better. Sammy Levitt, who will be co-hosting the Gwen and Chris program we just learned this afternoon, is going to join us coming up at 9:30. But let's talk a little Padres lineup construction for spring training right after this check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Big problem on northbound 5 before the 8. Got the 3 right lanes blocked with an overturn accident. Also traveling on westbound 8 at the North 805 connector ramp. There's a collision in the center divide. Now northbound 125 just past Spring Street. Collision involving a couple vehicles there in the center divide. Westbound King Freeway, Massachusetts off ramp. Watch out for a stalled vehicle partially in lanes. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I've been operating under the assumption that we were going to see some pretty janky lineups the next couple of weeks with, Fernando and Manny and Xander all gone. A lot of minor leaguers coming up, filling slots. So when I saw today's lineup that Craig Stammen filled out for a game against the Sacramento Athletics, I thought that's a pretty good spring training lineup, considering you don't have 3 of your best players. And then I started looking at, the positions. And the first thing that jumps right out to you, leading off, playing shortstop, Jake Cronenworth to start the game today against the A's. All right, so this is a clear sign that the plan is maybe for Crony to be more of the backup at shortstop to Xander than Sun Moong Song, who has not played the shortstop position since middle school, I guess. He's played the other infield positions, but not shortstop. But someone has to be able to back up Xander at short. And it looks like Crony, who's done it a few times, it may be more of a leading candidate than Song. I don't know.
And, for me, the interesting part was Crony leading off, because I thought about it and I looked it up, and he was our second highest OBP last year and for the amount of at-bats. Bryce Johnson was actually first, but he only had 84 at-bats. Then it was Toddy, who hit leadoff, I think, all of last year. And then Crony was next behind that. And I thought to myself, okay, is that something that Craig Stammen would think about, putting Crony at the top against a right-hander? I don't know. I think he gives you a really good AB. And if, his OBP is up there, great. Get on base for the guys behind you. But I liked it, man. It's Cronenworth at short, Laureano and right.
Right, not left.
Yep.
That's interesting as well.
Toddy's gone. So
yes, and someone's going to have to play right, but you think, well, Laureano's going to be in left. Why not leave him in left?
Yeah.
So there's got to be a thought here of why Andujar, who's batting cleanup, is in left instead of
want to get him some reps out there
they
too.
Feel more comfortable with Laureano defensively.
Yes.
So if there was ever a day where someone had to move over and like Tatis was DHing, sounds like from this they'd be more comfortable moving Laureano to right.
Yep.
Tougher defensive position. Laureano has a really good arm, and leave Andujar or Castellanos maybe out in left, which is the simpler usually position to play.
Yeah, for sure. And then Gavin Sheets DHing, no surprise there. Nick Castellanos getting some more work at first base. Sung-Moon Song at third base for Mean behind the dish, and Mason McCoy playing second base.
All big leaguers in the lineup today.
All big leaguers. Yeah, and Michael King on the bump. So again, another important kind of stepping stone for Michael King. He had a really good outing last time. So this is interesting. It does. You look at this and go, wow. Look at us. Look how deep we are. In case somebody gets hurt, that's not the worst lineup you'll see in spring training with 5 regulars out.
Last time out in his first start, Michael King was so efficient that he ended up coming back for a third unexpected inning. He threw, I think, 37 pitches. So his speculation was maybe in the 45 to 50 range, maybe get into the fourth at some point. If things go well in the start today, we'll see how he does against don't know what the A's lineup is. They're traveling, so they might not bring everybody, but they've got a lot of good,
fun young players,
hitters in that lineup. So I imagine at least some of them will be in the lineup today to face Michael King.
Like, I hate what they did to the city of Oakland, but I root for them because I really like their team a lot, and I love Mark Kotsay, and I'm like, not their fault. They're just baseball players, man. I really, really like those guys a lot. So interested to see what they roll out there today. I have not
easy
seen
team to root for.
100%. And they don't have I haven't seen an A's lineup yet. I don't follow the Athletic. I don't know if you're allowed to follow the Athletic.
That line of thinking, though, it would be the same as like, well, I hate what the Spanoses did to San Diego.
Yeah, but we live in San Diego.
I like Justin Herbert and I like those guys. So, they're a fun team to root for if you wanted to do
We're
that.
not in Oakland.
Well, we're not, but
that's what I said.
Like, it would be
people
exactly
in
like
Oakland.
that.
But if we're an Oakland morning show, I get slayed for saying that, right? But even then, I think if you're an Oakland morning show, you're like, I root for Jacob Wilson. I root for Nick Kurtz. I root for all these guys on the team that I love. Brent Rooker. Like, I don't know. It's
like a radio show in Minnesota. I mean, like, I hate what the NFL did to San Diego, but man, that Padres team, it's kind of hard to root for, or hard to not root for them.
I know.
Or whatever. They got a lot of likable people.
I like those dudes, and I love Mark Kotsay too. So, they got good players, guys that are easy to root for. Let's see. Hour ago. Here we go. Nick Kurtz is in the lineup leading off. Shea Langoliers, Tyler Soderstrom, Brent Rooker,
Okay.
Jeff McNeil, who I forgot that they have.
The other
Is that the other Jeff? Is that Jeff McNeil?
No.
Jeff? No, it can't be.
Because he went to the Rangers.
He went to the
right?
Rangers, yeah. Max Muncy, the other one.
The other Max Muncy.
Leo DeVries in the lineup today at shortstop against his
That's not
team.
an accident, right?
Henry Bolt, Junior Perez, and Mason Barnett on the bunt.
Not a
on the
bad
bump.
lineup for a road game.
Not at all. Yeah, that's not the Jeff McNeil, I don't think.
Jeff McNeil,
Light.
the Mets, Jeff McNeil.
Yes.
I thought he went to the Rangers.
I thought he
in
went to
that
the Rangers,
trade.
too.
Yeah.
Nimmo to the Rangers. That is the Jeff McNeil.
That is Jeff
okay.
McNeil. Okay.
Jeff McNeil's an A now.
Nimmo went to the Rangers.
I found that out today.
On December 22nd, the
had no
Mets
idea.
traded McNeil and cash considerations to the A's.
I had no idea.
The Mets just totally rebuilt their roster.
They did.
I mean, obviously, they still have Juan Soto and they still have Francisco Lindor, but the rest of the team has been like replaced around those guys.
Yeah,
Will it work out
interesting.
for them? I'm curious. I think they're one of the more interesting stories.
People
of
are
this
high.
season.
People are really high.
Really
on them.
high.
They're really high.
They
And
always are.
They always are. I love their youngsters though, man. Their young pitching is nasty. Tong and McLean and those guys are filthy. And yeah, I mean, if a lineup with Lindor and Soto and the other dudes that they added, yeah, I mean, it feels like it should make a lot of sense for them to do well. But we've seen weird things happen in New York for sure. Is this game? Where's this game
is this on TV? I believe it is MLB Network today. Woo! Yeah, so you can watch the game if you get MLB Network
into it
cable-wise, or you can listen to the stream. I assume it'll be Jesse and
It says
Tony
Padres
on the call.
TV on their graphic.
Yeah, but MLB Network is actually picking it up.
Nice
One
on
of the free games
television.
or
One
whatever,
of the free games this afternoon. 12:10 first pitch if you are interested today. All right, we've got 1 hour to go. Biggest fan and a Pauly Rindle report, including Chet Hanks returning to the program. Coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan. Little scrum news for you, courtesy of AJ Cassavell.
What is a scrum?
It's a scrum where a bunch of reporters
together.
gather around a subject and ask some questions, oftentimes in the sports world.
Idiot.
AJ Cassavell tweets, Joe Musgrove will start against Great Britain in the Padres exhibition on Wednesday. His first appearance in a game setting since his 2024 Tommy John surgery. He's worked a year and a half to come back to face the British.
Amazing.
In his first game.
He'll be fired up for that for sure. The Redcoats are coming, so he's gonna be super excited.
That is the Padres' lone exhibition against a non-major league team in the Cactus League. They're tuning up, obviously, for the World Baseball Classic, and the Padres are one of their tune-up opponents.
Wild, man. It's wild.
I don't know who's
all the moving parts
on the Great Britain team in particular. I don't think it's considered one of the more loaded rosters that the WBC.
You better hope Joe goes out and shoves then.
I mean, given the fact like Alec Jacob and Ron Marinaccio on the Italian team, literally all of us could probably pitch for the British team.
Potentially. All right, here we go. Tristan Beck, Brendan Beck, Dylan Covey, I know that name, Vance Worley. I thought he was like 100
Dylan
years
Covey
old.
went to USD, if I'm not mistaken, long ago.
Harry Ford is a prospect. Jazz Chisholm
is British.
Great, playing for Great Britain. Trace Thompson.
That's why it's not Chisholm. It's Chisholm because he's
Careful,
British.
Dude. Be very, very, very careful. Nate Eaton. Yeah, there's some, Jazz Chisholm's probably your biggest name.
I would think so.
And Dylan Covey. Yeah, look, Joe, you better hope Joe goes out and shoves against these guys, because if he doesn't, let's listen. Something you need to be worried about.
All right, before we get to the Rondo Report, it is time for this morning's biggest fan announcement. If you hear your name called, you will have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973 and qualify for the grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game this season with all the fans' staff catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. And this morning's biggest fan is Katie Royce from Lakeside. Katie Royce from Lakeside, you have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973 and qualify for the grand prize. Everybody else, put your name in at 973thefansd.com/biggest fan. Paulie, take it away. And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
Good over there?
I think so. Did I say Henry Ford? Harry
created the assembly line.
Yes. Huge fan of Henry Ford's work. Okay.
Tell us more about the Model T.
Harry Ford.
Catching prospect.
Yeah. Harry Ford.
Number 1 catching prospect in baseball, allegedly. Go ahead. Sorry. Harry, not Henry.
All right. Happy Monday, gentlemen. Woodsy, welcome back.
Good to be back.
All right, we will get started in Major League Baseball. Saw a lot of people in the baseball world discussing a new promotional thing that the Cardinals are doing in baseball. And I think every market in Major League Baseball, their morning radio hosts are asking their audience, what do we think about this?
Why wouldn't we do this?
This isn't the worst idea I've ever heard of. The St. Louis Cardinals are launching what they're calling the Coca-Cola Unlimited Tickets.
Hey, boy.
Coca-Cola Unlimited tickets. They're going to start at $29, and that is an all-you-can-eat inclusive. So with your ticket, you will have free soda, free hot dogs, chicken tendies, bratwursts, nachos, fries, popcorn, peanuts, chips, and ice cream, all included with your at least starting at $29. Now, I don't know if that's one section in the stadium, if it's any section.
You get a
just got to
wristband or
buy
something, or-
I don't know.
I wonder why we're morbidly obese as a nation.
Well,
$29,
ultimately,
all you can eat.
As much as you'd like
bratwurst.
to have this as an option, and $29, I mean, come on,
Can't beat it.
it's a phenomenal price. You don't want your team offering this because
Yes.
when your team is offering this, it's a clear sign of something they're not offering,
Winning
which
baseball.
is a winning baseball club.
I saw a Padres fan that I know and follow in there like, why can't the Padres? I'm like, because they don't have to. Why would you possibly? Why would
They're
you
not
possibly?
stupid. They're just
They're
giving
not
away
stupid.
money.
They got 42,000 people in there on a Tuesday. Like, no,
You're going to buy
paying
your
double.
$16 hot dog
Yeah,
and you're going to like
Hell,
it.
You got nowhere else to get it. Supply and demand, my friends. This is
Like,
the
of
101.
course we would want that.
Of course you want $29. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Crazy Christmas. We used to. Yes. Yes, when you're running Jed
Tickets used to cost
Jerko.
$5 to get into the stadium, too.
When Jed Jerko's out there and you're looking going, oh my God, you're lucky to get me out here. You got to do whatever you can to get people in the seats. But
They used to do like the all you can eat, the $5 tickets on the lawn, and an Alexi Amarista bobblehead.
Right. I
Like,
will
all
say-
on the same
on a
night.
Saturday night,
Yeah.
just to get everybody in.
I will say, too,
And then they'd have 32,000.
the thing is about these nights, it's gonna be packed. They're gonna pack the place, right? Well, maybe. The Cardinals fans are pretty pissed about how things are going in St. Louis. Katie Wu filled us in when we had dinner with her. She goes, they're furious. They're gonna they want to boycott this team. Okay, but let's say you get the people in there like, hey man, I got a family, $29. You can. It's going to be so difficult to get. The lines are going to be through the roof. It's probably going to be one place that has them. I mean, it sounds great. It's great marketing.
The other interesting Cardinal story is yesterday they announced a 2-year contract extension for Ollie Marmol, which I'm sure some fans are going, if they're going to be so bad, why are you doing this? This is, in my mind, this is a reward for Ollie Marmol being a good soldier for the next couple of years, knowing
Wearing it.
You're not going to win. We need you to help rebuild this team. So we're going to give you a little security to do so. But know that that's the money. That's what the money's for here. We're not enticing you with a championship ring possibility. So we're just going to pay you with money.
Feed you.
To do this managing of our ball club.
Oh, him. Yeah, I thought you meant the
No,
the
this
fans.
is for Ollie Marmol.
Yeah.
Still 39 years old, still future manager,
Sure.
and they want to keep him around. So this is how you do it.
I wonder if he went to them, was like, look,
Maybe.
if I'm going to do this is going to suck. You guys know they got some good young prospects though coming up. JJ Weatherholt, one of them, stud, went long on him. Mason Wynn. I mean, they have good players coming. It's just going to be a while. You're Ollie Marmol. You're like, yeah, man. Like I know this is going to be a challenge. I'm going to be up against it every single day. I know these fans, how demanding they are. So yeah, you're going to have to take care of me, and they did.
All right, that's it for sports. Let's see our next story. The future is coming, and it's coming in the form of Uber Air. Have you guys seen this and heard about this?
No.
Oh,
real?
I did. Yes, this weekend.
Uber put out a press release and announced Uber Air is in development and on the way. It's going to start in Dubai, I believe, later this year.
Right.
But basically, it will be an all-electric air taxi that will have a pilot.
Like drones, but you can sit in.
It's like little electric helicopters,
and
essentially.
they fly you around.
You will be able to book air travel at, it says they go over like 200 miles per hour, these things. I'm a little freaked out by it. I can understand
No
how
operator,
technology.
just-
I believe there is a pilot. It says there will be a
pilot.
pilot that will carry up to 4 passengers starting out. But in theory, these little drone,
wild.
human-sized drones,
Little
you'll be able to
pods.
pull one up on an Uber, and it'll. I don't know.
$75,000 to get home from the concert.
Minimum.
But you can just
But
do
you'll
it so
get there in
easily
2
on your
minutes.
app.
So
Just
easy.
quickly book one.
Right. Uber Air heading to the skies.
Made for people like me, by the way. It's like, I'm not waiting. I can't wait. I'm not doing this. I'll do it. Let's just get the Uber Air.
They want to make ground to sky travel as effortless as possible. Says here the air taxis will be flown by certified commercial pilots and designed to accommodate up to 4 passengers. Luggage will be allowed on board. More details coming as
What's
it
the cost
debuts later.
of this? It's
Chris goes, are these pilots going to talk the whole time too? So what do you do?
So how long you been flying for Uber?
You guys have never clicked the no conversation, right? I never have. Because there's a button. There's a button.
No conversation.
There's a button that you can click, an option that you can click for.
Very often, but
I really don't either. I don't drink a lot anymore, so I don't really have the need to. But sometimes,
it's usually when I'm out of town, and I don't mind necessarily talking to the person,
chopping it up.
If they seem friendly.
Where's the nearest card store, sir? Can you take me there? There is a button. You didn't know that?
No.
You can pick for no conversation or light conversation.
Is there a deep philosophical conversation?
Now that's how they can really make it good. You pick your category: sports, music, movies. Anyway, so what records you listening to?
Did you catch the game last night?
Yeah, did you catch the game last night? You like Hot Foot Sundays? Yeah.
Now, if this is successful, and everybody starts going at these air Uber taxis, are we gonna have too many of them? They're gonna crash into each other in the sky.
Well, there's many problems with technology and moving forward. I get it.
I mean, there's a lot of potential problems with this.
Chris says the ask me about my sports knowledge, but no, that's only for strip clubs. Ben selects that.
Are you impressed with my vast sports knowledge?
Yes, I am.
I'll never forget that moment. And then
the girl's not gonna have to. She paying her rent for 2 months.
Before you go any further, looks like we're about 8 minutes in to our biggest fan contest. And is this Katie?
This is her.
Hi,
Hello,
Katie. You have called in time and you have qualified for our grand prize night in the Odyssey Suite. Thank you for listening to 97.3 The Fan.
Thanks. Have a great day, guys.
You too. That was quick, easy. Out.
Love it.
Katie out.
Love it.
I don't know. Do you have any more thoughts on that, or are we moving on?
No, I'm good. We can move on.
Yeah. And then finally got to get to an update from our beloved Chet Hanks, who is stranded in Colombia, apparently. He posted over the weekend. I don't know if he's back now or not, but over the weekend, he did post that he was having passport problems in Colombia and said, help. What did he posted? Free me on his Instagram.
Dude, your dad is Tom Hanks.
I don't know exactly what was going on. It says, according to Chet, airline officials would not allow him to board his flight without proper U.S. documentation. He had to then go to the United States Embassy.
Oh, it says he's traveling with his Greek passport because he's a dual citizen, obviously.
And then TMZ wrote, despite all of this, he was making the most out of it. He was posting a ton of videos and pictures all over his social media while he's just kind of waiting to get this all sorted out. But pretty much anytime we get a reason to talk about Chet Hanks, I'm going to take it because it lets us play this cameo.
This is not a Greek accent, I don't believe.
No.
Yo, Josh, what up, man? It's Chet Hanks. This is from your boy, Doug. Doug told me you're turning 43, bro. And I just wanted to say, big up your bomba class here for us 43 years around the world. John O-Star. I heard you won an Oscar for a animated movie. Look, man, I do voice acting too. Maybe create some sort of Rasta character, a cartoon. I got other accents too. Cockney. Oh, I love you. Man, I can do a bunch of accents, bro.
Totally.
You name it. I'll get it done. We can create a cartoon character. Put me in your next movie, bro. I'm dead ass serious about that.
We know.
Anyway, have a great 43rd birthday, bro. And congratulations. More life.
The best.
I guess part of that
the best cameo of all time, and it's not close.
Doug is just the luckiest guy in the world.
Yes.
For that video. Now, I every time I hear it, I go, it's just so jarring to hear Tom Hanks's son begging for a acting job.
Correct.
On Cameo. It's not like Chet wanted to be a DJ and he's like, hey, bro, if you got any birthday parties, I'll DJ
spin
for you. Let me know. I'm sure Tom Hanks could also probably help him out with that as well. But this is like, hey, if you want to come up with a character for a movie, here's me and all of my one accents that I can do.
My one accent. Here's my Cockney.
Jamaican Irish.
Yeah.
It's kind of what he's got. It's kind of combined of the two.
So good.
Good luck to Chet Hanks.
He's
I
funny,
hope he gets
man.
back.
I like that.
Maybe they just asked him his first name at security and he couldn't come up with it.
Unbelievable.
Like Taylor.
He's unbelible. Thank you, Paulie. Excellent.
Cartoon. I got other accents too. Cockney. Oh, I love you.
He just trails off.
Incredible.
Doug.
Yeah, I would have paid $1,000 for that cameo. That's well worth it.
I mean, if he ever goes back on Cameo,
Gotta get one.
He's gonna make a lot of money off the Ben and Woods show.
Ben
Woods,
Paul, so good.
Or your boy Woods.
He's amazing.
Woods.
He's amazing.
But we want you to do it all in a Cockney.
Yeah,
accent,
can you do your
please.
Cockney for us?
I love it.
Good work, Paulie.
Thank you.
All right, we've got spring training Sammy still set to join us in our final hour. More Padres talk. We can talk a little bit more about last night's SDFC win. If you missed it earlier, Paulie was at the game. Another nice victory. We'll get to all of that coming up after a quick timeout. Check traffic with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
You know that question you asked me, Benny, about my deodorant?
Yes.
I just got it again on Instagram.
Oh, I wasn't the only one to make that observation.
No, we put the we got some meta glasses, took them out to spring training, and I decided I would channel my inner Sammy Levitt and do like a day in the life of a morning radio show host at spring training. Very niche, right? Very, very niche. So I did.
Never before been done before.
Never been done before. And so I
the first thing you did was push-ups. Is that always the start of your day?
It's usually stretching.
Okay.
I hit my Just Stretch app, which I really enjoy. But that morning I decided to do push-ups. A couple reasons. I didn't have my yoga mat and foam roller. And the other reason is that I thought it would look funny with the meta glasses going up and down, and it did. So Paulie put the video up on our social media, and you asked the question when you watched it.
Well, you get out of the shower.
Yep.
And then
you
get dressed.
Right.
And then you put the deodorant on. But you could have done that when you were already out of the shower
Right.
without the shirt on. You had to lift up your shirt and
So I do
reach under.
every morning. I do lift the shirt and put the deodorant on, and it's because I don't like getting deodorant streaks on my t-shirts. When you put your deodorant on, and I use the
clear deodorant.
See, I don't use clear.
Okay, so
but even then, the clear will get on there,
Really?
and then it will look it will turn.
to me, it just seems like a very theatrical way to put on deodorant is to reach under and do it like that, like you're trying to show everybody you're putting on deodorant. Like they do it in the movies.
Yeah, do they?
Yeah, they always do it that way in the movies.
So the thing about the clear, I've used it before, and then you put your shirt on, you think you're in the clear. You're not. It hardens, it turns white later on, and then it looks like you just have white streaks up and down your shirt, which is problematic. And so I put my shirt on, and then I go up and under, up and under. Well, how do you do it?
Before I put on my shirt.
Before. And you don't worry
that's
about
how I do
getting
it too.
deodorant streaks when you like put your thing on?
No, I've never had that.
You've had it. You just haven't noticed it. I'm going to be watching both of you from now on, and I'll be like, see, you got the streak.
I use a clear deodorant, though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I use the white one. So that's why I do it, to avoid those streaks. So there's your answer to your question. But you weren't alone.
Your glasses also include me ordering us lunch at Red Lobster.
Yes.
A pretty decent break on the pool table.
Decent
as
break.
well.
Yep.
And various other, celebrities. Fernando Tatis Jr.
Sitting
makes a
down with us.
cameo
Yep.
appearance.
Ramon Laureano was sipping his espresso that Jackson Merrill ran out
Brought
to him
him.
in the middle of the interview.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But the push-ups did look funny. Doing it with the meta glasses on into the carpet was pretty good. I like those things. They're fun. We can have some fun with those.
Oh, yeah. A lot of ideas.
The Gooner glasses, as somebody called them earlier. You can't be creepy with them. You have to let people know that I'm recording you right now. So if you see me wearing them, you'll know.
There's a blinking light.
There is a
on the
blinking light.
glasses
But they also sell creep pervert stickers that covers up said blinking light.
People are like, "Oh yeah, you can bypass that easily."
Right.
And
It's
I'm
like, I didn't want to. You're a
the
pervert.
weirdest kind of creep.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Coming up, we've got Spring Training Sammy going to join us from Peoria, Arizona. All Ben and Woods guests appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. We started early this morning talking about SDFC's 2-0 win yesterday over St. Louis City, and they're off to arguably the best start of any team. There are a few, obviously, 2-0 teams at this point in the season, but not as many as you'd think. There are, like Philadelphia, who won the Supporter Shield. They have 0 points in 2 games, off to a very poor start.
Good.
Right now, as Craig kind of mentioned, San Diego FC and LAFC look kind of like the early class of the league. Now, it's a long season. I mean, we're in March now.
March, yes.
March.
We are in March.
I mean, if it was a leap year, this would
Final.
Yeah.
No, it's March.
March.
I believe the championship game is like late November, early December, something like that. So It's a long way to go. A lot of matches that need to take place, but there's no reason that you look at SDFC, and there's no reason to think that this isn't going to be a team that'll be near the top of the standings all season long.
Yeah, great.
Even if they have injuries, we haven't even seen Lewis Morgan, one of their biggest offseason pickups. Some guys are still trying to get fully healthy, like we saw with Marcus Ingvartsen, who's already contributed a lot, but going to only probably getting better. Now you'll deal with your own injuries, and you got multiple midweek games with the Champions Cup. That's going to be difficult.
It's going to be tough, man.
That's a challenge. In some ways, you almost want them to lose in the Champions Cup just to get out, so they don't have to keep doing this, but they're not going to want to. They're going to try.
Yeah, of course.
To knock off Toluca later this month.
And it's a tall order, right? From what I understand, Benny, but yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like they got through. Like that's a good job, guys. Like let's get locked in on the season.
You've done enough.
You've done enough. Which is why.
But if you got past Toluca somehow, all of a sudden you'd be in pretty good spot to maybe make it run. I mean, the idea is to, what do they call it? Winning some silver, like winning trophies, hardware. That's what they're going for, and this is an opportunity to do so for a young club that would really make a huge mark. And if you win the Champions Cup, that qualifies you for the Club World Cup, which then is like the international competition where you get like Manchester City and Real Barcelona and all the top teams, that you would actually get a chance to play against the world's best soccer teams if you could win the Champions Cup.
I know all of this. I'm just glad that you're explaining this for our audience.
Yeah,
well.
we know this. We knew all this.
I knew all of that.
Good tweet we just saw from AJ Casville, and our pal Statistics brought it up in the chat about the spring breakout games. MLB just announced its spring breakout games featuring top prospects will become a single elimination tournament starting next year, with the Cactus and Grapefruit Leagues crowning the spring breakout champions. Good stuff. I like that as well. A lot of tournaments. Everyone's doing tournaments.
Chance for AJ to prove that he doesn't have the 30th best prospect system in baseball. Like, hey, let's go ahead and make a deep run in this prospect tournament. That'll be next spring training.
That's right.
This year they just have the one spring breakout game coming up, I think, in a couple of weeks here.
Yep. And Sammy's gotten a call before, has he not?
Yeah, he got to call it the last couple. One time it was
years.
rained out, so he totally missed out on that one. But I think he did get to call another one. Purple reminds me that it's called silverware in soccer. When you win a championship, you win silverware for your club, which I thought was the name. But then I tried to say it in my head, and I started thinking of forks and spoons and knives. That's what I think of as silverware.
Okay.
Not trophies.
And we better get this in, or he is going to freak out. Adam is in the chat. He says, we are carrying the spring breakout game on 97.3 The Fan this year, and Jesse and Tony will be calling it this year, I believe. So very cool. He did not. We got it in before he started running down the hole.
That's true. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Oh, he's not here at all.
Hey, enjoy your day at home today. We'll be here in the trenches, as I took Friday off.
All right, when we come back, I guess Sammy got bumped for that play-by-play. I hope he's not too disappointed, but he does have a pretty decent arm. We learned that over the weekend, and he continues to do great work covering the San Diego Padres. Spring training Sammy will join us coming up next with Ben and Woods.
And The Cure.
On San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, Prize Picks is my spot for daily fantasy. Right now, it's basketball season, pro, college games all the time. You've got a tournament coming up where you're going to be watching a ton of hoops. You might as well add to your, stockpile of cash by winning real money with Prize Picks. All you're doing is picking against the numbers, more or less on statistical projections. In basketball, we're talking, points, rebounds, assists, all your favorite players, all your favorite teams represented. And then, of course, baseball season is right around the corner. That one's really fun because, we're watching our local team every single night. You've got your stars like Fernando, Manny. You can pick against their numbers each game. If you go for like home runs, you can win more. If it's just like a walk or a single, you can make a smaller winning, and the more you put into your lineup, the more you win. Different ways to play, though, with Prize Picks. It's always a lot of fun. Very simple, easy to use, very easy to start your account, very easy to upload and download funds with Apple Pay, Venmo, MasterCard. They make it really, really easy. If you think you might want to try it, you can get started with some free cash. Just download the Prize Picks app. Use the code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup at Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
I know everyone was very concerned, but my car is all ready. Repaired, tire repaired, oil changed, ready to go. Brian, who I shouted out earlier, gave me the great service on Saturday, sneaking me in under the gun, says it's already ready to go.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Brian.
Great
Really
job,
appreciate
Brian.
that.
Thanks for
See
handling
what happens when you kick and scream on the radio?
That's right.
I
big
didn't
platform.
kick and scream.
You
using your platform.
I don't think he had any idea.
threatened to have this kid fired.
As far as I knew, he had no idea I was on the radio when I showed up at the last second on Saturday, 3 minutes before they closed, and he wanted to leave.
Why were you walking around this morning at 5:45 going, don't they know who I am?
Yeah, don't they know who I am down there? It's unbelievable. I would never do that. Thanks, Cox Cable. You guys are the best.
All right, Sam Levitt is standing by. We will head out to Peoria, Arizona, right after our last check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Rivermark Medical. Big problem on the coastline. Southbound 5 before Cannon got a traffic alert. All lanes except the HOV lane blocked with this accident involving several vehicles, including a semi that's southbound 5 before Cannon. Well, some good news. Northbound 5 has cleared that accident before the 8. So speeds are getting back to normal there. We still have a crash partially blocking the transition ramp westbound 8 right at the 805 connector. Rivermark Medical is conducting a Rapid 3 study for FlowStant, a minimally invasive device designed to relieve symptoms from BPH. Men 45 or older suffering from frequent, painful, or difficulty urinating may qualify. Learn more at rivermarkmedical.com. That's rivermarkmedical.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Let's go check in with old Nolan Ryan out there in spring training in Peoria, Arizona. All of Sammy Levitt's coverage brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. And Sammy, both Woods and I were impressed with your throwing mechanics and your speed on the radar gun.
Not too shabby, dude.
In Peoria.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, that was no warm-up. Got up to 63. Now, I did go out there the other day. This was filmed maybe 5-6 days ago, the video that I posted.
Okay.
I did go out there the other day, and I had trouble breaking 61, which was odd now.
Dead arm phase of spring training.
Dead arm phase. Yeah, now the radar placement, the person working there holding the radar gun, I thought she was a little off to the side, so I was like, maybe you should scoot over. I'm going to try a few more times. We'll see if I can break 65 or maybe even get it up towards 70, maybe a little bit more of a warm-up. But yeah, you know what? I will tell you, some of the comments on that, they're like, wow, that was really better than I thought. I'm like, you people out there who think I'm like this unathletic, just blob walking around, like I'm folks, I can hold my own.
That a boy.
Baseball softball. I played baseball growing up, pickleball, tennis. I can be a 3-and-D guy, basketball. AJ Preller, give me a call. I would surprise you in what I can do in an athletic sense, even as I've crossed 30.
So, Sammy, the interesting thing, you saw the video of us at spring training, of us running down the sand dunes. And the worst moment of my life was when people were like, oh, man, Ben cooked Woods in that race. And some guy said it to me at Little League. I go, do you think we were racing? I go, I was wearing Meta glasses that I forgot to turn on because I'm an idiot. I go, do you think he could beat me in a race? What do you think of me that Ben Higgins, who just learned to walk this year, could beat me in a race down the
to get a
hill?
little insulted here.
God, how do you think I felt? How do you think I felt? They're like, man, he cooked you. Like, what?
I have a question about the Meta glasses because before I came on, I just finished up watching what was a very, very good Woods day in the life with the Meta glasses.
Thank you.
But here's my question, because we've talked about how when I do videos, there's obviously a process of setting up the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Walking by, doing it again, getting the phone right. There's an element to that, of course. You had your first shot was you waking up.
Yep.
Phone alarm.
Yep.
There was first thing in the morning, expletive out of your mouth.
Yes,
First thing
every
in the morning,
morning.
which I like. That
Every
was
morning.
the hook. We talk about video hooks. That was the hook. But here's my question. You weren't sleeping with those on. So what was the setup to put the glasses on and then
so the
the
setup
alarm was set up.
The setup had the alarm set for a few minutes earlier, right? It literally took me like 3 takes to get it because I was like, these aren't on. These aren't on. Oh, they are on.
Gotta wake up, actually wake up,
with
then
the
grab
alarm,
the glasses,
reset the alarm for 2 minutes ahead, then lay there with the glasses on, pretending you're asleep, and then the alarm goes off.
And then because you're old, actually falling asleep again.
Falling asleep for that 2 minutes. Yeah.
I will say though, I got to talk to Paulie about this. Those Meta glasses, I like those because
cool.
it seems like
cool.
you could really do it, like really live and film, and it's not the constant setup. Now it's all POV.
It's POV,
which I
like.
So I
That
would
stands
have
for
to
point of view.
Yeah, it's all POV.
I like that
so
category.
you got to make sure you want to do those types of videos. But I'm intrigued by the Meta glasses, I think, for the first time.
It's so realistic and lifelike.
So lifelike. Yeah, no, it's great. I loved it.
We could get POV like scrum video of you following Craig Stammen, who's back. How was the wedding? Did he get an update on how his sister's wedding went? Did he have to give a speech, a toast, anything?
I don't know about all that, but the wedding was good. Craig was back yesterday for the game, I believe, as well. So spoke to the media this morning. Nothing major to report. If you looked at the lineup today, Jake Cronenworth is leading off. Now, obviously, part of that is the fact that Xander, Fernando, Manny are all not here. They're with their respective WBC teams at this point. But he did say something interesting about the leadoff spot today. He said we essentially they kind of have everything figured out except that spot.
Yeah.
Which makes you wonder, okay, 2 things. Number one, what do they plan to do with that leadoff spot? Will it be a guy up there every day? Will it be more matchup based? But it also, I'm not going to say confirmed, but another step towards the direction of, it's not going to be Fernando Tatis Jr.
I was just going to say
the
that.
season will begin with him somewhere else. And maybe that 2, 3, 4 of Merrill, Manny, and Tatis is really what we're going to be looking at. And look, I think we're going to have a better sense of that when those guys get back from the WBC, and then we're like a week away from opening day. And if that's still the lineup, then you probably have a pretty good idea of what that 2, 3, 4 would look like. But it does sound like they're still kind of figuring out the leadoff spot about, what that will look like, who it will be. Will it be, an everyday guy? Could it be more matchup based? We'll see. But for today, it will be Jake Cronenworth, and he's playing shortstop as well. So kind of interesting there to see Jake at shortstop. And it certainly sounds like they're going to have a willingness when necessary to play him over there, like they kind of had to do an emergency late last season. And I think they believe he can do it. So interesting there as far as the lineup. But aside from that, we continue here in Peoria.
And I've heard less, grousing, I guess, from guys this year about where they want to hit and why and when. And it does seem, again, in early March, everybody's on the same page, and the goal is just to win baseball games. And it does seem, again, it's early March, that our skipper, Craig Stammen, is open and willing to be flexible on things. And like you said, matchup based potentially could happen. Hey, man, Crony's swinging it well. Let's get him up there at the top. He puts together a good AB, gets guys on for Merrill and Tatis and blah, blah, blah against the righty. Like, that's how it should be. And these guys should be like, I don't care where I hit. I just want to win baseball games. And they are saying that, honestly, for the first time in a while, Sammy.
Yeah, it seems that way. Look, we'll see how it all looks when the season begins and you go through the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows. But it does seem like Craig is pretty malleable in making changes, in ideas, in different ways you could do things. Lineup being a good example. You know, obviously last year there was a little bit of that with Mike Schilt where, you know, look, you're looking at Luis Ariz in that number 2 spot and and Fernando struggling in the leadoff spot. And it seemed like with Mike, whether it was coming from him or, was a mix of him and others in the front office, it certainly seemed like there was, an unwillingness to really change things up and kind of rely on the back of the baseball card. And we're going to see with Craig. I mean, we'll see. March 2nd. So I don't want to, kind of make assumptions about how he's going to be as a manager, but maybe there will be some more flexibility and willingness to change than maybe there was last year.
There's got to be.
Did we get any rationale or plan for the signing of Alex Verdugo over the weekend?
He wasn't asked about it today. What's funny? I'm sitting here yesterday, right where I am at the back patio, and it's kind of late. I didn't end up going to the game yesterday because my mom was still here. They're gone today though, so
wow.
I'm gonna be back to the games. It was a nice long visit with you.
Yes, it was.
But here I'll tell you, I'm sitting here. Guy walks out of the lunchroom, and I'm looking, and I'm like, kind of looks like Alex Verdugo. and I'm like staring. He walks by. So then I'm staring at him like, I was like, what? I was like, no, it must be just a minor leaguer or a minor league coach that kind of looks like him. And I think he has the beard again post the Yankees. So I'm like, I don't, and I didn't even think about it for more than like a minute. I was like, oh, that was weird. And then I didn't know. And then I see Kevin's report that they signed him. I was like, oh, that was Alex Verdugo.
Crazy.
So no, I don't have anything on it. I didn't talk to him. Craig was not asked about him, but maybe that'll be on the agenda.
Maybe
next,
that shows you how
here's
important
the thing, guys.
he really is in the big scheme of things.
Yeah, guys. I mean, he was assigned to minor league camp, so he could get at bats in the Cactus League, but he's not like he's in that major league clubhouse. So
right.
We'll see kind of what the situation ends up being there, but he's not in major league camp. Doesn't mean he won't get Cactus League at bats, but it's not like you can go up to him in the major league clubhouse and pull him aside. So we'll see.
Michael King today, obviously that's one of the stories we'll be following. He had pretty good first appearance, I'd say from all reports, and now he gets to try to build on that today.
Yeah, he was very good, I thought, the first time out and clearly felt good about where he was. And we'll see what he gets the pitch count up today. He was at 30-something his first outing, so you would imagine probably somewhere in the 40s today. I'll give you a couple updates on the pitching side as well. Joe Musgrove will make his quote-unquote first Cactus League appearance. It's not a Cactus League game against Great Britain, but that'll come on Wednesday. So that'll be good. That's another step for Joe to be on the big league field and face hitters, and he's had a couple of lives now. Walker Buehler pitched over the weekend. You may have talked about Herman Marquez pitching yesterday, kind of up and down results. Buehler pitched in a game against the KBO's NC Dinos over the weekend, and it sounds like it went well. I mean, it sounds like the velocity was at a place where they were pretty happy about. He threw somewhere over 40 pitches, so we'll see when he gets into a Cactus League game, but it sounded like it was a good day for Walker Buehler, and we'll see how that progresses. So some pitching notes for you from over the weekend.
Outstanding, Sammy. We will talk to you tomorrow again, but have another good week here at spring training in Arizona.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Sam Levitt, all of his coverage brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
I'd say, Sammy, he's almost done, but he's not. It's not even close.
Not even close.
Like 3 weeks left.
He'll be home 3 weeks from today. Probably leave Sunday, yesterday. 3 weeks from yesterday will be the last game for the Padres in Arizona.
He's out there in like a week. Like Justin Turner's here walking around the complex. I noticed his bright red hair. You never know. Never know with AJ Presley. He just stockpiles guys to see if they got anything left in the tank.
Feisty Sam about his athletic abilities as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there was a show over the weekend. I don't know if you guys saw this. I retweeted it into my feed. And it was a show of it was a radio show in Milwaukee, I think. And they did a combine bit, right? Because the NFL combine was going on. We've covered it extensively here on Ben and Woods. And there was a dude that's very vocal about Caleb Williams painting his nails. Very vocal. One of their hosts. He doesn't like that. And they said, can you bench 135 pounds, which is a 45 plate on each side? And he's a 28-year-old man, and he couldn't do it. And so they're like, all right, bro, can you bench a 25 on each side, which is 95 pounds, which Bo can almost do. So he couldn't do that either. So radio hosts, you have to be careful. Like, we're talking about some of these athleticism. You want to make sure that you can at least throw a baseball sometime.
But it does not.
It doesn't preclude you. You don't have to.
You don't have to be a world-class athlete to be able to talk about
I'll tell you,
sports.
The biggest that John Clayton, who was the GOAT of talking about the NFL, he looked like he couldn't even tie his own shoes. He looked like it. If you judged that book by that cover, rest in peace, John Clayton, you're like, bro, you're talking about football. And then you hear him talk football, you're like, I'm in. You're the best. He's one of the best to ever do it. Didn't look like he could throw a football 5 yards. But I am offended that somebody thought I lost to you in a foot race. Like, you can beat me in a lot of stuff. That ain't one of them. I will beat you running backwards.
Wasn't going the fastest I possibly could.
I'm racing you in the hall after this.
I'm not saying that.
I will run backwards.
I've
seen you run.
Yes, but this was different. This was down a sandy dune.
Correct.
You had forward momentum carrying.
Yes, forward momentum was carrying you.
That helps.
Remember we looked at the video. Yeah. Remember we looked at the video and your nose was like in front of your toes.
I'm like always leaning forward at the tape the entire race,
like a freaking horse, like Seabiscuit.
Like when you jump off the ski jump and how they lean forward. That's how he ran. His body, his legs were way behind his torso.
Oh, I wish I had a screenshot.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
But that'll help me at the finish line because I'm already leaning forward at the tape.
Man, Woods, you got cooked by Ben. I'm like, it's a foot race. There's no way he beats me in a foot race. I am slow as molasses, and you're not beating me in a foot race.
You don't realize that my one and only goal in every single race is not to win the race.
To not pull a hammy.
It's to not injure myself.
I get it.
That's all I am thinking about. That's all I was thinking about when I ran down the sand dune.
I fully understand.
Injure yourself while doing this.
Sammy, look.
I hope that's what Fernando Tatis Jr. was also thinking, but I worry that he was not actually thinking that.
You know, he's a wild Mustang, dude. You don't put a collar on a wild Mustang. But
he was impressed by how fast he was going.
I watched Sammy throw, and I said, that's a guy that's throwing a baseball.
Okay, so I could see you almost asked me, and you had to
I had to slow down.
You could see you had the glasses.
I had the glasses.
You had to slow yourself.
Look, I'm like,
whoa, slow it up.
Slow again. Slow it again.
Neither of us.
Meanwhile, Ben's like,
neither of us looked particularly athletic going down that dune. Not like Toddy did.
All right, that's it for the Monday edition of Ben and Woods. Thank you, Tier 1s, for joining us. We will rejoin you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. We got Frank and Braden coming up next. For Paulie Reindl, our executive producer, and Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Monday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.